What's up, party people? We are back with a brand new edition. My name is Jen, and I am your manifestation bestie. Excuse me while I get situated around here. Okay. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to get everything that it is that you desire. It's about leveraging the law to work in your favor, if you know what I mean. That is my specialty. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of only 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. Okay, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching with me, it is a superpower of mine to sit there and let you talk about your story, find out exactly what the problem is. We create a plan, we recreate your SP, we do all the things, curate affirmations so that you can go ahead and get your person. So if that sounds good to you, click the link in the bio or in the description, wherever you're watching me from. Hey doodles. Also, if you are interested in tech support coaching with me, I do have that available as well. All links are in the description or the bio, you know, depending on where you're watching. Also, I do have a free WhatsApp community. Feel free to join that. Right now it is free because I'm lazy and haven't gotten around to changing it. But when I do, it will no longer be free. But if you're in there before it is, then you won't pay a single fucking penny. Because that's how we roll around here, okay? Also, my DMs are always open to you. If you have any questions, you need a little bit of guidance, go ahead, shoot me a DM. Tell me your situation, all right? Okie dokie. Oh, also, if you want to regulate your nervous system, and you want to do it without pharmaceutical drugs, and you want to do it fast, so, you know, who doesn't want to regulate a nervous system? So go ahead and click the link in my bio, and you can go ahead and join the masterclass. It's done by a good friend of mine, Angela Orr. And so, yeah, sign up, show your support. Go sign up right now. Also, be sure to follow me because I drop fire content, and I only give realistic ass advice, okay? I bring logic into manifestation because it has to logically make sense to you, okay? And it has to be realistic ass advice. I don't sit here and parrot Neville Goddard or law of assumption because there's a different technique, especially when working with your SP. Okay, when it comes to your SP, it's not about robotically affirming your life away. Okay, if all you had to do, let's think logically here. If all you had to do was affirm for you and your SP to be back together, loving, marriage, whatever you want, wouldn't everybody be back with their SP? I know you just said yes. Okay, but the reality is that is not what it takes to manifest your SP back. Okay, yes, is robotic affirming. I think people get robotic affirming confused. Okay, robotic affirming is simply to distract your thoughts. That's literally all it's for. Is, you know, if you're robotically affirming throughout your day or flipping your thoughts as they come up, then you don't give anything another option to get in there. Okay. So literally that's all it's for. And that's why it speeds up manifestation, because it keeps you disciplined. It keeps your mind disciplined. Okay, so that's why it works. You know, I was late today. Well, I'm late every day, let's be honest. But today I was late because, welcome JoJo. I was late because my boyfriend decided today was the day he wanted to take a vested interest in what it is that I do. So I was like, he's like, you're telling me if I go and if I don't get my brakes fixed and I just tell myself they're fine, that in 10 years from now I won't ever have to get my brakes. I said, well, that depends on your assumptions. But we weren't going to go down that whole rabbit hole with him. But basically that is here. You're not learning how to manifest, okay? You're always manifesting. You're here to simply learn how to control what it is that you're manifesting. You know, this is why I say I don't parrot law of assumption, Neville Goddard, because I've actually manifested all the shit, okay? So there's different tactics, there's different strategies per desire, depending upon what it is you want to manifest. So therefore, I teach you how to leverage the law, because who wants to follow the law when you can leverage it to work in your favor? And that's what we do around here. Okay, so I've noticed a rising problem. Hey, Sanchi. I've noticed a rising problem when talking to a lot of you guys. And I mean, I literally shove this down your throats every fucking day. Every day I shove this shit down your throats to stop listening to what the fuck they're saying. Do I not say that like all the time? I know you just said yes. Because I'm constantly telling you guys, you cannot listen to what the hell they say. Well, first of all, was it Anna? You change your fucking shit to normal writing. I'm proud of you, bitch. I'm proud of you. Okay. So, of course he contacted you. Why wouldn't he? Okay. This is what we do around here, guys. In case you're wondering why you don't have contact with your SP, stick with me. You'll get contact. Okay. But how do you continue with without messing it up is what you're not going to do is react. You don't need to talk about the past. Okay. If you're selecting new version of SP, what do you need to talk about the past for? You don't need to plead your case. Okay. Because this is what you did after the breakup, which did nothing but repel that man. Okay. And push them further away because you're forcing the 3D. We don't need to do that. So whatever he said, if you want to shoot him my way, tell me what he said. But either way it goes, keep it casual, right? You don't need to force anything because the only way you're going to force change is right here. Okay. You don't need to verbalize anything. You don't need to verbalize like, hey, can we get back together? I'm so sorry. Let's talk about the past and where we went wrong. You don't need to do that. Okay. You don't need to do that. In fact, oftentimes you'll find out they don't talk about the past. Because why? You're not selecting that version of them anymore. You're selecting new, fresh version. Hey, Miss Jar Jar, and so forth. So because of that, keep it casual. Let the conversation flow where it flows. Just don't force anything. What you're not going to do is when let's say he contacted you, right? So you're not going to sit there and shoot him back with 55 messages. We're not going to do that. Okay. We're not going to sit there and come from desperation and need. Okay. Instead, you want to use this, leverage it, and use the fact that he contacted you as excitement, as stepping into your power even more and saying, oh, I got this shit. Just like I got him to text me. What's next? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't need to force and send him, 55 more responses back to back to back because that's what pushed him away in the first place. So instead, I'm going to respond and I'm going to let him, and I'm going to know and expect him to respond back, right? Because when you know and expect him to respond back, he will. And the conversation now keeps flowing. But what you're going to do is persist. Persist, like everything. Fucking persist. Okay? But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. If that's good, let him apologize. Why wouldn't he? Because he's going to beg for you to take him back. In fact, he's begging for you to take his ass back right now. Tell yourself that. He will. If he's apologizing, great. That's because that means you're putting yourself on that fucking pedestal, which is where you need to be. Because the more you put yourself on that pedestal, the more they start to chase, the more they start to pursue. Okay, which is what you're finding out. So don't take yourself off of it. Keep it on. Keep yourself on the pedestal and remain in control. Remain in control. If he wants to apologize for the past, great. You don't need to engage where you're coming from need, okay? Where it's you don't need to go down memory lane. But if he wants to apologize, great. Be like, oh, you know what? It's totally fine. Let's move forward. That type of analogy, okay? Because therefore it's who the fuck wants to keep talking about that shit? Okay, Jacqueline. So to manifest a famous person, you have to understand that people are people, okay? Humans are humans. And so manifesting a celebrity is no different than manifesting a normal person. The difference is you must see this person as a normal person, okay? So whatever level of fame is irrelevant. You must see him as Joe working at fucking Taco Bell. Like that level of normal. Okay. You need to normalize him because if you'll notice, I'm always saying, there's a fair amount of celebrities that have majority of celebrities are married to normal people, everyday people, because they crave normalcy in their life. Okay. Because everywhere they fucking go, there's cameras, there's people freaking asking for their autograph. There's people that, want pictures with them and all of that, right? Everyone is putting them on the pedestal. So when you put yourself on the pedestal and act like he's just your regular everyday fucking person, then he now starts to chase you. They want normalcy. So to the point where to the point where, let's say, I always use Brad Pitt because I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. So I don't know. I just use him. Okay. So let's just say that it's Brad Pitt that you're interested in. You literally can't acknowledge that you even know who he is. What movie? You've been, you're an actor? That type of stupidity. Okay. Because the second he believes you don't actually know who he is or you have never seen any of his movies, oh man, he got him. Because he's oh, this is great because it's a fresh person. It's something that's new. But the second he contacts you, let's say you're affirming for him to contact you, right? And the second he contacts you, if you come from a fan perspective and put him back on that pedestal, you have now put yourself in the fan box. And they don't date people that are fans. Okay, so that's where you need to take yourself out of that. You know, I actually have somebody I'm working with right now that dated somebody that is in the limelight. But she even said it. She goes, I treated him like a normal person. That's what they want. That's all they want, is to normalize, okay? So that's all you have to do. The second you normalize that man and bring him back down to humble town, he likes that shit. He likes it. Hey, unapologetically me, okay? Hey, James. Oh, hey, Morena from Italy. Ooh, you know, I went to Italy, and I will tell you, well, Morena, you can start telling yourself that your English is perfect. You absolutely understand English. You will. So, my boyfriend wants to be like Gordon Ramsay, and so I told him, I said, well, you need to start identifying yourself that you're like, literally, I cook like Gordon Ramsay. He's like, seriously? I was like, no, seriously. And I'm going to need you to start doing that, actually. Because he's good. I was on a coaching call yesterday, and what did he do? He went and he made carne asada. He made me a quesadilla. So I've decided I will give him the night off of cooking tonight. And I'm going to make beef stroganoff. So I decided I'll give him the night off. But I will tell you, on a side note about Italy, I went to Milan, Italy, and for the first time, and let me just tell you that I had a very different perspective of Milan, Italy, because it's like the fashion capital of the world, right? And so living where I'm at, I'll never forget getting to Italy and driving to my hotel and looking around, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in fucking LA. There was so much graffiti everywhere. I'm like, this is like LA. And then it's weird when you get to the hotel and they're like, we're gonna need your passport. I'm like, come again? You actually want me to give you my passport? Like relinquish the shit? And they're like, yep. I'm like, huh? All I could think is the movie Hostel, right? Hostel, like they want that shit because they're gonna put it on a photocopier and then finally get kidnapped. I gotta stop saying that shit. My assumptions manifest. We're not about to throw out the kidnapping game, but if you guys don't see me on TikTok Live, you're gonna know what happened. Send for help. Send for our help. Hey, Mariah. That's right. They're all gonna cook for us when we're in Mexico. Yeah, they think that we're gonna have a cooking crew. Yeah, it's called them. Dallas, if you can visualize, then yes, visualization is very powerful if you can visualize. So I wouldn't say visualizing every night. Like you can visualize in the morning, you can visualize in the afternoon, like it doesn't matter. If you visualize like while dozing off to sleep, that's powerful because you're in state akin to sleep, right? You're in SATS mode. So I can say yes, visualizing does work. However, you have to do more than just visualize. Okay, you can't, unless you're gonna visualize all fucking day long. Okay, like you have to step into the assumption that it's already yours. Okay, so therefore it's like, I'm visualizing, but what are you doing the rest of the day? Okay, what are you doing the rest of the day? Because here's the thing, you didn't have to visualize what you have now, right? So if you're manifesting an SP back, you didn't have to visualize the break-it, did you? At least I hope you didn't. Right? You didn't have to visualize any of that stuff. So is that, who gives a fuck what they want? What are you talking about? They, like, manifesting a specific person is not bad, first of all. Like, that's as stupid as saying manifesting money is bad. No. They don't have free will in your reality, so they only want what you want. Okay, they only want what you know, what you expect. Okay, it's always their thoughts. You're not manipulating anybody. Okay, it's literally their thoughts about, and it's literally just them, where they just have a thought of doing it, where they start looking at you in a way that you expect them to look at you. So it's not a bad thing, because if that's the case, then that's as ridiculous as saying manifesting a good job is bad. Like manifesting money is bad. Manifesting good health, that's awful. No, it's not. You're the creator of your reality, because believe it or not, you manifested your SP in the first place. Yeah. So, because you're always manifesting. So it's not something that you're learning. It's not something that you just decide to do every once in a while, which is why when I was saying about visualization, it's important. Yeah. But basically your reality is created off of your most dominant thoughts. So if you visualize at night, yes, that's good. But during the day, you need to pay attention to your thoughts, because that's what's manifesting, because you process 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. So if your thoughts are constantly going to the fucking dark side, well, then guess what? That's showing up, regardless of if you're visualizing once a day. Okay, this is where law of attraction fucks you up. Okay, this is where they fuck you up, because they tell you just visualize. Everything they teach is visualization. Yeah, but you know how long that takes, if it ever takes, because throughout the day, you're not sitting there visualizing all day long, right? So you're doing a technique of visualizing once a day. But what about the 60, 80,000 thoughts that you're constantly thinking about all day long? Because that's what's showing up all the time, right? Everything that you have, like your breakup, it only happened because you questioned your relationship. You questioned where your relationship was headed. You questioned how he felt about you. You questioned, and a lot of you questioned, is this it? Like, is he going to break up with me? And therefore, he did. Okay? So that's why I stand by affirming, because it's all based on repetition. It's what you've repeatedly told yourself. You didn't go around robotically affirming for your breakup, but I can guarantee you thought about it. Even if it was only one time, which is why I don't like these people out here that tell you don't have to fucking, which is why I don't like these people saying you don't have to flip your thoughts. Yes, the fuck you do. Yes, you do. I highly suggest you don't listen to those people, because you do need to flip your thoughts. Because if you don't, hey, Chels, you better be doing what I fucking told you, bitch. And you unapologetically me. So, you have to, I'm fantastic. I am fantastic. And that's why I'm going to bitch at you all, because I don't know how many times you all want to sit there and see me get what I want, because I got exactly what I wanted last night. When are you going to start getting what the fuck you want? You just have to know and expect the stuff. It's like not hard. I have a big work presentation tomorrow and I'm nervous. You want to tell yourself that, like, you killed that shit. Like, I just gave the best presentation at work. Like, everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. Like, literally, I nailed that presentation. It was so easy. It was so fucking easy. Literally all you have to tell yourself. And you will nail that shit. You're in control of everything. And this is where mainstream society has a hard time understanding that, where they like to say, well, I'm not in control of shit. No, I got this job because I was qualified. Okay, so were the other. I don't think you guys have any idea how many people, I know because I used to hire for a company, okay? I don't think you guys have any idea how many applications come through for jobs every fucking day. Like, when people are hiring, because it would floor me. Good, Jose Cito, keep that attitude. I'm loving your attitude and your vibe and your energy. It floors me how many applicants are applying for entry-level jobs that are way overqualified. Like, when I mean overqualified, I mean they're applying for a receptionist job and they have fucking bachelor degrees. Yeah, so there's a crap ton of competition. So you didn't get the job by mistake or because you were qualified. You got it because you walked into that specific interview with a different attitude. And that's what led you to the job, right? There's something about where you just, when you know, you just know. Hey, Bevy. Okay, when you know, you just know. And because of that, you get. The second you know it, the second you expect it, you get it, right? Oftentimes when I talk to you guys will go down memory lane, like, yeah, no, I totally makes sense because when I knew that I would get this, it happened. When I just knew about this, it would happen, right? Or you'll describe your SPs and you'll say, I know this, I know that about him. And is he that person? Yes. Does he do those things? Yes. Because it's something that you know about him. So all we're doing here is taking that same knowing and putting it into fucking everything. Look at that. My boyfriend just joined the TikTok. I'm just kidding. But his name is George. And somebody just joined with that name. So I thought it was funny. Okay, Your Majesty, do I think it's bad to lie in a resume? It depends on what you're lying about. Okay? It depends on what you're lying about. So, like, I'll give you an example because this is fucking stupid. So I didn't graduate from high school, okay? Because I was so smart when I was young that I only needed to take keyboarding, and I had nails, and I entered 2 weeks late, and they told me I needed to take my nails off, and I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. So I literally did not graduate high school because I needed keyboarding. But I felt stupid, but on a resume, it's always like, did you graduate high school? And I was like, yes. And so I would always mark yes. So did I lie on my, did I lie? Yeah. But then I went back and got my GED because I was like, this is fucking stupid. How stupid do I feel lying about if I graduated from high school? You know, but you can extend on what it is that you do, like job wise, right? Like what is your skill set, you know, but you better make sure you can perform the job. Okay. But I always feel like, I don't know. I can't answer that for you. I mean, if you feel good about it, it depends what you're lying about at the same time. I mean, I wouldn't claim you graduated from Harvard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How would you affirming things away instead of like a light skin blemish? You could, so if you have like a light skin blemish, you can literally say the opposite, right? Because the goal is to not acknowledge certain shit. Okay, so not acknowledging stuff. So instead it would be like, I have the perfect skin. My skin is flawless. Like, because your subconscious mind knows what that is for you. So if your skin is, if you have perfect skin, that means you don't have any blemishes, right? If your skin is flawless, that's exactly what it implies. Okay, and like I have absolutely no blemishes on my skin. You could say that too, and then it will go away. You'll notice it starts to get smaller. Okay. I started saying, you all know that my whole thing now is everything I eat goes straight to my ass, right? Well, what do you think my boyfriend told me today? He said, your ass is getting nice. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it? Everything I eat goes straight to my ass. And I like to eat. So let the Banuka Dunk commence. But it's fun when it's fun when they confirm what you're affirming. That's why I say, you don't need to fucking confirm anything. You don't need to confirm anything. But I believe in leveraging the law, right? So like my boyfriend would be like, oh, my pretty little, he'd call me, he'd say, oh, I love your little ass or whatever. And I'd say, excuse me? And he'd be like, I mean your big ass. I love your big ass. I was like, that's right. Right? So why not have him start saying that too? I'm impatient. So you know what? While I'm affirming that everything I eat goes straight to my ass, why not change his assumptions about my ass, right? Because if I could change it, because him changing his assumptions about my ass benefits me. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that fluff, we won't call it lying, okay? Fluff job experience. 1,000%. 1,000%. They'll fluff job experience. And that is because when they call well, I don't know where you're located, but as long as it's in the United States, when they call to do job verification, they're not allowed to ask certain questions, like pay would be one of them. They're not allowed to ask that. And your company certainly is not allowed to disclose that information. It's against the law, actually. All they can do literally is verify, yes, she worked here, and the dates of employment. That's literally all they can acknowledge. They're not supposed to divulge any other information. I know, because I used to do the hiring. So let's see here what we got, because sometimes I be rambling. I had a dream last night of bad circumstances, like bad, but I woke up and said, hell no. Yeah, Kimmy, you know what I do? I flip everything, right? I only assign positive meaning to everything. So instead of focusing on like, I had a weird dream last night too, but instead of focusing on like the context of the dream, what I always do is like, I don't care what the fuck my dream was about. I do not care what the dream was about. But if he's in it, then I'm like, that's my sign, baby. I just had a dream about my SP, so he's coming. Yeah, he's here. Birds before land. Doesn't matter if I had a vision that it doesn't matter if I totally axed him in my fucking dream. No. No, he's coming. Oh, he's here right now. Yeah, that's what I would always do. But what we don't want to do is think that like dreams are future predictors. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit's fucking stupid, first and foremost. Like, you know, because if dreams were future predictors, then like, I think we'd all be in prison by now, let's be honest. Right? You don't have like 100% positive ass dreams all the time. You could do the same with facial hair. Yeah, absolutely. Like you could do the same with facial hair. Is by telling the opposite of what you see, right? But the goal is to discipline your mind. So you can be like, my skin, my face is so baby soft. Like it is so baby soft. I literally never grow hair on my face. You could say that. You could say anything that you want. But the key is the key when it comes to that is to not react to what you see in the mirror. Okay. So you can't be like affirming and telling yourself that. But then when you get in the mirror, you're like, you know, in your mind, you're like, oh, it's fucking hair, dude. You know, or I gotta shave the shit or wax the hair. Like, I'm not saying don't go get it done, but what I'm saying is don't tell yourself that because that's implying that you still have facial hair. So instead, be like, oh yeah, it's wax day today. It could literally be waxing your fucking eyebrows or, you know, other areas of your body. But don't acknowledge the facial hair, okay? Instead, it just be like, I have baby soft skin. Like, hair does not even grow on my face. Like, I've never had hair on my face. Yeah, I eat anything and I lose weight. I could eat whatever I want and I lose weight. I could literally eat whatever I want and I lose weight. If you have a certain food item that you live, you could just be like, well, for me, that's what I didn't even affirm this stuff. See, this is the thing. I didn't robotically affirm this shit. I just started telling myself that, like randomly, you know, it wasn't like because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Okay. I didn't know about robotic affirming at the time. I would just tell myself things like every time I would eat tacos, I'd be like, dude, every time I eat tacos, I lose weight. I would literally just do that. And then it would confirm into my reality, right? Because the next day I would wake up half a pound lighter. So that to me was confirmation. So therefore, it further steps you automatically into that assumption. You're like, see, that's right. Every time I eat tacos, I lose weight because you literally just confirmed that. Okay. So same. And so now it's like food is like really easy to create the assumption for the opposite. It is because you wake up tomorrow. I don't care if you took one massive ass shit. It doesn't matter. But if you woke up tomorrow and literally dropped 0.2 pounds and you ate whatever you wanted that day, it's a lot easy. It's super fast to step into that assumption because you're like, that's right. 0.2 pounds down, bitch. Right? And so then like that, then you tell yourself that randomly, like every time you eat, you're like, yeah, I can eat whatever I want and I lose weight. And then the next day you wake up and you're 0.4 pounds down, you're like, that's fucking right. Then like the assumption's like naturally created super fast because because weight loss is different because you see movement quickly, right? Because all you have to do is jump on a fucking scale, you know, in the morning, right? Don't do it at night, jump in the morning. But you see movement every day when it comes to the scale. So it's super quick to step into those assumptions because every time you step on the scale, I don't care if you're 0.2 pounds down every day, you're like, that's right, this is working. That's right. Now all of a sudden the assumption's created. It's been like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to see that movement. It's easy to see that movement on the scale. The key is to control your thoughts when you look in the mirror. Okay? And to not, this is why two people will weigh the exact same but look very, very different. Because they're focused on their imperfections versus the other one is not. Okay? So so it's like you could weigh 120 pounds and look 8 months pregnant. Right? Because you have this assumption that like when I gain, like all my weight goes to my stomach, you know, or you're focused on that. Every time you look in the mirror, all you see is a big ass stomach and you're like, damn, my stomach. It holds it right in place. Okay? Even though you're losing weight, don't matter. What does it mean when doubts come up sometimes, but they no longer should affect me like before? Yeah, that's the thing. Well, no, I don't guess it's not a thing. I think it's how you guys are choosing to label things. Yes, Kimmy, I always give a good meaning to the dream, okay? I don't care what the fuck your SP is doing in that dream. If he's in that dream, that's because he's in love with me. Like, of course, why wouldn't he be in the dream? Why wouldn't he be in my dream? Because that's my person. That means he's here. That's what I would do. Okay, so whenever you guys say doubts, when doubts still come up sometimes, I think it's just how you're choosing to label shit. Like, because what are you doubting for, right? Like, what are you doubting for? But I think it's because the reason why doubts will come up is one, because you're checking the 3D for confirmation. It's like a kid waking up on fucking Christmas Day that runs out to check and see if Santa Claus left gifts under the tree. That's what you guys do. You like go to bed and you can't wait to get up and check the 3D. So then you don't see movements because there's a delay. So then you don't see obvious movements. Like, I don't know what you were expecting to see. Like, you open up the window and you're going to see like a banner flying by that's like, I'm so in love with you, you know? And so because you're not actually seeing movement every single day, then you get discouraged, which you're labeling as doubt. And so for one, I stop that shit. Stop it right now, okay? Don't read into things that don't give you a positive purpose, right? This is why I always tell you, I will not, which a lot of law assumption coaches, they love to do this shit. They love to give you assumptions that don't benefit you. I will never give you an assumption that doesn't benefit you, you know, or tell you something that's not going to benefit you. So acknowledging doubt, that's there, right? So like you keep it in place. So if you're doubting, it's like, well, because you're thinking about your current situation. That's the only reason you would be doubting, because you're like, well, it's not here, right? Because you're looking in the 3D for confirmation, for validation. I tell your fucking ass, you can't do that. You cannot look for the 3D to confirm a goddamn thing, because that's going to create discouragement and doubt. You can't do that. Because you wouldn't have to check. How many fucking times do I have to tell you guys that you would never have to check the 3D? You never have to check the 3D. You don't have to ask your fucking specific person a damn thing. You don't have to check for shit. Why? Because there's nothing to check. Because trust me, when you expect and know something, what's there to fucking check? There's nothing to check. It automatically shows up. It automatically conforms. You'll automatically see movement. You don't need to go looking for the shit. Like you're on a fucking scavenger hunt. You don't need to do that. It will automatically, you won't even have to check, because they will automatically confirm. They'll start contacting you. They'll start talking to you. They'll ask to come see you. They'll start acting like you're in a relationship. There's nothing to fucking check. And if I hear one more fucking person, you guys piss me off for this stupid shit too. You guys piss me off for this dumb shit. Because I hear this on the daily. On the daily, you can't help yourselves. You cannot help yourselves. Oh, I guess we'll talk about that in a second. Let me get through some of these questions before it says I have 100 messages and I haven't gotten through. Okay, today I have been hot and cold. SP said he would call back. It's been like 2 days. Okay, welcome to Mo. Okay, so let's be honest with ourselves, right? This is where the honesty part kicks in, because how on earth do you know where you're going wrong if you're not honest with yourself, okay? Which is why I don't like when they tell you, just be delusional. Okay, cool. Well, we need to be honest with ourselves. Okay, so let's say you've had hot and cold behavior, and your SP said he would call you back. So let's say 24 hours went by, and you didn't hear from him. What were your thoughts when he said he'd call you back? What have your thoughts been since he said he'd call you back? I'm assuming they weren't like peachy king fucking jelly bean, because he would have called you back. Okay? You're getting hot and cold behavior because you are constantly selecting different versions of your SP. We select different versions of our SP every fucking second of every day. Every time you react to some stupid shit in your thoughts, every time you question shit, every time you react verbally, all that crap, that's choosing old version. That's choosing old version of your SP that you don't want, and there's the cold behavior. Okay, he pushes that out. Then when he starts to do some of the things that you want him to do, now you're selecting perfect boyfriend version, and guess what he starts to do? That's where the hot behavior comes from. But everything in your reality is only feedback, okay? It's only feedback on where do I need to fucking improve here, okay? Because I'm getting hot and cold behavior and I'm not liking this shit. I'm not digging this. And if you think I'm going to allow this motherfucker to not call me back for 2 goddamn days, you got to be all the way fucked up until Sunday. I don't think so. I don't think so. So what version am I selecting? How am I seeing him consistently? Okay, am I expecting perfect boyfriend consistently? Am I persisting in only perfect boyfriend? No, you're not. Because I don't need you to answer that. Because if you were, you would not be getting hot and cold behavior. You'd be getting hot behavior. And if not, you'd be getting hot and steamy ass behavior. You know, we should probably start labeling shit differently. So instead of identifying hot and cold behavior, we should start identifying like, no, I want hot and steamy behavior. If you know what I mean. I want a fucking whole ass inferno around this bitch 24/7. But you do that by selecting perfect boyfriend, not reacting to what the fuck he's doing right now. Even if it's showing you the opposite, even if his behavior is showing you the opposite at this current second, no, perfect boyfriend. Ignore what the fuck he says, ignore what he's doing. Doesn't matter. In here, he'll do what the fuck I say he's gonna do, and he'll do it when I say it. And he will be the person that I allow him to be in my reality, the one that I want him to be, the one that I now expect him to be. Okay? But this goes back to what I was talking about 20 minutes ago, is that you all listen to what the fuck they're saying. And like, they'll be like, I need space. You'll be like, okay, I totally respect that. You let me know when you're ready. Huh? The fuck do you mean you need space? Space from what? Space from your fucking friends? Cool, you can take all the space you want from your friends, but from me, I don't fucking think so. What are you talking about? Okay, because what leads up to them saying that is based on your thoughts, because at first you felt that they were pulling away. They were acting different, right? And you started questioning where you stood. And now he's like, I need space. I need some time. Well, bitch, there's no future, so I don't know what the fuck you mean by I need time. So if you mean like you need 1 millisecond to get a grip, then that's what that means, right? You're going to call me back. You're calling me back when the fuck I say you're going to call me back, which is like today. I don't know what the fuck that even means. Call me back. Yeah, you'll call me back. Cool. And I'll let you know when you're calling me back. I don't care what the fuck they say. I don't care if they say they can't come over and they'll see you next month. Get the fuck out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, bitch. Bye. This is my reality. You all need to stop giving them free will, allowing them to decide when the fuck they're going to call you, when they're going to see you, when they're going to be with you, when they're going to commit to you. What the fuck is that? I've heard this every day. Every day I hear this. Well, I just want him to commit to me. Well, how's that working out for you? How's that been working out? Because last time I checked, as long as you're just waiting for him to commit to you, you're going to be waiting a long ass fucking time. You're going to be waiting a whole long time. He's going to commit to you when you're old and in a nursing fucking home. And that's only because you now have amnesia and can't remember the past shit. Hey, you know what? I'm not saying there's power in everything that you have. You give meaning to everything. Since SP has been back from vacation, I feel like I'm the one initiating most contact. Flip the script. Marcia, my love, that fucking means you're not persisting in perfect boyfriend. What is perfect boyfriend to you? Have you described him? Have you written that shit down? Okay? But as long as you have an underlying assumption that you're always initiating contact. Okay? That like, and I've heard a lot of you guys say this, like, well, he won't contact me unless I contact him first. Okay, well then that's why he literally can't contact you until you contact him first, because that's what you keep telling yourself. Well, I'm only going to talk to him if I text him today. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. Everything is playing out perfectly. It just isn't what you want. Okay, but that's where you have to understand. Manifestation is always perfect. It plays out perfectly every single day. But it's not what you want. Well, it's only showing you where you're going wrong in your fucking thought process. That's all that shit is. So if you learn to discipline yourself and pay attention to the fucking thoughts you have all day long, you'll see exactly where the hell you're going wrong. You will literally see exactly where you're going wrong. What were you, drunk, hey? Doesn't matter. You know what? I'm starting to think that if people are going to be ramblers, like in voice notes to me, I'm starting to think I'm going to tell your ass to move that shit to WhatsApp. Okay? Because at least on WhatsApp, I can like double speed your fucking voice notes. I can't do that in the text. I need to figure out how to fucking do that in text. Because I'll be like, half the time, not even gonna lie, half the times you guys be sending me this message and like, it'll be like a 4-minute long message. I'm all fucking done listening to it after minute 3 because whatever you're about to say after that is gonna just enrage my ass. I'm already getting annoyed. I'm already getting annoyed while I'm listening to the messages. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, let me just turn this shit off because I have something to say now. And if I listen to her continue, she's just gonna fucking piss me off even more. Because some of you guys are wild. Some of you guys are fucking wild. And then you guys kill me because your response will be like, you're gonna be, and guess what happened? I don't need you to finish that fucking statement, okay? When you say, and guess what happened? And you know what? Oh, I don't need you to tell me what. I already know. Oh, I told you. I told you. You're about to see a new service pop up on my bio. It's going to be, I'm going to offer psychic readings. Psychic readings. And tarot card. Because I'm just like, oh, I don't need you to tell me what the outcome was. I already know what the outcome was. I just left somebody fucking 2 messages this morning. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, you have got to be kidding me. Because some of you guys react way out. Like, where if you're going to before you react, here's what you have to think. Before I'm about to do what I'm about to do, let me take it one little step back, just a little step back. And let me say what I'm about to do. If my bestie was to call me up on the phone right now and tell me her game plan, what would I fucking tell her ass? Okay, then you probably shouldn't go do what you're about to go do. Because some of you all be coming off as like crazy ass stalkers. Let's just call it what it is. Crazy ass stalkers. And then are amazed that you're rejected. And I can't believe it, he rejected me. Well, that's because you look like a raging lunatic. I wouldn't want to be around you either because you look like a lunatic. You look like a complete psycho. Like, everything you're doing is giving stalker vibes. So, why would he conform to that? Why on earth would he be like, oh my, unless he's a psycho, which I don't think he is. See, that's, why would he conform to that? Because if anything, he's like, that bitch is batshit ass crazy. And remember, they have assumptions too. What do you want them to assume about you? That you're fucking batshit ass crazy? Or that you're amazing? Because some of you guys, I'm telling you, some of your guys' stories, I'm like, but then I don't want to turn it off because I'm just like, tell me more. Oh, please tell me more because this is just getting better. This is it's just getting better. Like, it's like listening some fucking Jerry Springer show on 10. I'm just like, oh my man, the best thing you could do is when you're pissed off, or he breaks up with you, or you go through any kind of heartbreak, put the fucking phone down, shove that shit in the give it to your friend. Just give it to your friend. Be like, give that shit back to me in a week after I've simmered down. Oh, and take my car keys away from me too. Lock yourself in your fucking home. Turn off your phone, and just process. Because what you guys do is way the fuck out. It's way out. I'm just saying. Just saying. I mean, I'm not going to claim I'm perfect. But I think some of your guys' behavior, I'm thinking maybe I would have done, not even a quarter of that, but maybe I would have done that shit when I was, like 8 fucking teen. But I was a grown-ass adult. I'm like, nah. Because I think my dignity should be worth a little bit more than that, right? Like, now what I do behind closed doors, it's cool. If I want to sit there and throw everything under the sun and scream and act like a crazy woman in my own home, that's fine. Because it's behind closed doors. But in the streets, I'd like to think I have an image to uphold. And I hope that all of you are starting to understand you have an image to uphold too. The answer. How do you feel about subs and affirmation tapes? So subliminals, I think subliminals are stupid. Like, to be honest, I don't understand the point of them. I don't understand the point of a subliminal. There's no science, and I don't give a shit what they tell you, okay? There's no science backed saying that subliminals that they work. And it depends on the subliminal maker, okay? So, Divine Valley, subliminals, you have to be careful on who you're listening to subliminals from, because there's evil people out in the world. And I don't give a shit if they give you a list of affirmations that they claim are in it. You can't hear the stuff. Plus, a lot of subliminals be playing like rock ass music and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to like go to bed with this like head banging music in my fucking ears. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I think it's bullshit, to be quite honest, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's bullshit. Show me somebody who's manifested everything because they sat there and listened to subliminals at night. No, it's not the subliminals that are working. It's the affirmations that are playing in your subconscious mind. Okay? And so that's how I feel about it. I feel like affirmation tapes, yes, those work at night. It's like sleep hypnosis, sleep meditation. It works. So what I always recommended to you guys is to say your own affirmations. Say like, and repeat each one 3 times, right? So you can get it all in there. And because if you think about it, if you sleep for 6 hours, we'll say, and you're playing the affirmation tape entirely while you sleep, like you're getting those affirmations into your subconscious mind very, very fast, like a lot. Okay. I mean, you're hearing the same affirmation like thousands of times, which is great, especially while you're sleeping, because your conscious mind is asleep, but your subconscious mind is very much still wide awake. Okay, so when you keep that, and that's where all of your assumptions are stored in the subconscious mind. So affirmation tapes work fantastic. If you want to put on some soothing music while you're doing it, great. But don't create the assumption that you need to do all that stuff. I don't like that. If you're going to do that stuff, do it for what it is. Okay, be like, yeah, I it's kind of like meditating, right? It's like meditating. Like a lot of people do meditations because it relaxes them, right? It has them feeling better. Great, then that's why you do that shit, right? It's like, well, if I'm going to go to bed and I live alone, right? Like I can't do affirmation tapes while I sleep because first of all, I have small ears, so I can't sleep with earbuds in my fucking ears because that will hurt my ears. And I don't think my boyfriend wants to listen to affirmation tapes all night long. Although I will tell you the way I have blackout curtains now, and I was like so loving sleeping in the dark. I was going to sleep in a little bit, like God forbid I sleep until 7. This motherfucker like rolls over and he like, I felt like I was in an earthquake. He's like, hey, and I was like, he's like, what time's your first call? Like he was trying to do me a favor, but I was like, a little stroke on the back with it. He knows how I like to be woken up. Not like that. Not like that. And I look at my clock. I'm like, thanks, fucker. I was going to get up in 10 minutes. But that's fine. Now I'm awake. But you go back to sleep. You go back to sleep. It's totally fine. You got to love him. Got to love him. But he's my man. He's my perfect person. So I love everything about him. Everything about him. Right? There's a reason why we go get our perfect man back. Right? They're the whole package. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, so I would do that, Divine Valley, but don't set yourself up with this. And this is a huge part of the problem with thanks Divine, with a huge part of the problem in the manifestation world is everyone tries to make a name for themselves, right? So everybody's teaching, Law of Attraction teaches nothing but techniques. And now they have you going down this technique rabbit hole, right? Then you have people who are meditating, spirituality people, right? So they'll teach like subliminals, sleep meditation, sleep hypnosis, and then they'll also teach like other random spiritual like Reiki type things, EFT, like relaxing things, right? Then you have, tarot card readers. Then you have freaking psychics, and you have all these fucking people. Then you have law of assumption coaches. that like to parrot what everything's being told. So you have all these different things and you're like, well, which one? Which one's gonna work? So let me just kill all the birds with one fucking stone, because that's what I did, right? Because I was like, well, something's gotta work. So let me kill all the birds with one goddamn stone. I'm just gonna do all the things. But the problem is you're subconsciously telling people, like over and over again, you're telling your subconscious mind that nothing is working, so I need to try something else. Like nothing's gonna work for me, nothing's working, therefore nothing works, right? Because everything is based on an assumption that you have. So this is why when people do, let's say somebody does law of attraction and they're like, but it worked for me. It isn't the law of attraction shit that worked for you, it's your assumption that it would, okay? Everything boils down to an assumption. So you can assume right now that your negative thoughts don't even fucking manifest. Like, my negative thoughts don't even manifest. I'm good. Karma's not real. I'm good. I don't have to worry about that shit. I don't. Therefore, nothing bad happens to me. Because why the fuck would I want to assume karma's real? I don't need to assume that crap. Everything, there's no, what the fuck is karma? What the hell is karma? What goes around comes around? Seriously? If you want to believe that shit, then you go right ahead. I choose not to. Don't get me confused. I'm not going around town wishing ill will on everybody because I don't believe in karma, right? But I choose not to believe that shit because I'm good. I'm good on that because we've said some things out of anger. Let's not forget, okay? We've said some things out of anger. Well, if karma was real, wouldn't that come back to you? Don't do that. Let's not create assumptions that don't fucking benefit you. You understand what I'm saying? What happens in the WhatsApp Divine Valley is we hold weekly seances and candle rituals, and we do voodoo magic in there. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, who? Love you too, Erica. I'm just kidding. It's a supportive community, okay? It's a very active community. We have different groups in there, and we love to, people encourage each other. I'm getting better at daily reminders. I've got a couple today. But I leave daily reminders in there. I'm trying to manage my time a little bit better, especially at nighttime when I'm watching fucking Netflix. You know, I could talk to people. In the WhatsApp. So you'll know exactly what I'm doing throughout the day, because if you get text messages from me, I'm watching Netflix with my boyfriend. So therefore I'm not going to leave voice notes. So that's when you'll know. If I'm writing shit, then you'll know that, oh, Jen's inside. But that's what it is. And then they share their success stories. They encourage each other to keep going. They share when there's movement. So I highly suggest you join that WhatsApp community. So therefore you can use that to leverage, to motivate you, to encourage you to like keep going, right? And so forth. But what you all are going to fucking stop doing, because I see this shit all the time. You guys piss me off with this. Let's be honest. Is somebody will say something, okay? Like somebody be like, oh my gosh, he called me today. I got contact and he wants to take me out on a date on Saturday. And here's what the fuck you'll say. Oh my gosh, that's great. What did you do? What the fuck do you mean? What do they do? Like, oh, what response do you think they're going to give you? Is, oh, you know what? I actually drank some fucking magic ass potion tonight, bitch. Stop doing that. You need to continue to do what the fuck I told you to do, and stop being like, oh, they got contact. I haven't gotten contact. What did you do? They did what you're not doing. That's all they're doing, is everything you're not doing. Persisting, staying consistent, flipping thoughts as they come up, seeing the best version of their SP as much as possible throughout the day. Everything you're not doing, not wavering. That's what they're doing. So really, let me just help you out. You don't need to ask them anymore what did you do? What? They changed their fucking thoughts. That's what they did. They started expecting the best from their boyfriend. That's what they did. They started seeing that version of them. They started expecting something different. That's what they did. They started disciplining their fucking mind. That's what they did. They did what the fuck I tell you to do that you're not doing. That's what they're doing. There you go. Mystery solved. You don't have to ask that shit anymore. You don't have to ask that fucking stupid ass question anymore, because every time I see that shit all the time. Anytime somebody gets movement, somebody's bound to ask the question, what did you do? The fuck you talking about? They did what you're not doing. Now you know. So if you want what they have, if you want the movement they're getting, then what you need to do is get a fucking grip. Get a grip. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody. This is your journey. Everybody's on their own journey. But what you're going to do is be like, okay, so these people are regular ass people. In fact, a lot of them had worse circumstances than your fucking asses. And so all they did was get a fucking grip on their thoughts. They started controlling their thoughts. They started to stop reacting. They started to persist in perfect boyfriend. They started to do, what the fuck I said to do. And therefore they're getting movement. So if you're not, let me tell you what you're doing wrong. Spoiler alert. What you're fucking doing wrong is you're not doing what I told you to do. You're not disciplining yourself. You can't help but react to everything they do or don't do. You're forcing the fucking 3D consistently. You're checking for movement. You're expecting, and you're continuing to persist in current version of SP. The one that you don't want, the one that's not talking to you and treating you like shit. That one. That's the version that you're continuing to persist in instead of, the one that you actually want. If you would do all that, guess what would happen? You wouldn't have to sit there and just watch everyone's success stories. You'd be able to post your own. They're supposed to motivate you they're not, I don't ever want you to get discouraged by comparing yourself, being like, well, why them, not me, right? But it's supposed to encourage you to say, okay, so this shit works. So if I'll just stay the course, if I will just do what she said to do, then obviously it works. So then I will be one of them. Instead of sitting on the fucking sidelines, it's as stupid as always being the bridesmaid and never the bride. At what point in time are you going to be the fucking bride? At what point in time are you going to be like, because that changed everything for me. That changed everything for me, which is why I thought it was a great idea and important to have a community, because there's not a community like ours out there, because no one understands what we're going through, right? But I set out to be the biggest success story. Oh, I'm going to manifest this shit quick. Challenge accepted. Everything I ever set out to manifest, that's my whole, I'm competitive by nature. It's the only thing, I only take a couple things from my horoscope that I find benefit me, like, because I'm a Libra. So I say we're stubborn, yes. Therefore I always get what I want and I get it when I fucking want it. And we're competitive, yes. I'm competitive. I want to get shit fast. So I want to be the first one to the finish line. And then I'm hard-headed, yes. Therefore I don't fucking believe anything people tell me that I don't like. I'm not going to listen to them because I'm hard-headed. So I make these things work for me instead of against me. Okay? And I'm competitive. And so I sat there and I looked at success stories and I said, I'm going to be the biggest one. Oh, I'm going to do this shit quick and I'm going to be the biggest one. Therefore, whenever I set, I don't like to call them goals. We'll call them intentions. Whenever I would set intentions for anything, I'd hit that shit quickly because that's my mentality. My mentality is, why wait when I could have that shit today? What am I going to spend I've wasted enough time. What am I going to spend the next 4 months procrastinating on everything, doubting myself, questioning fucking everything? How's that been working out? It's not working out very well. So you know what? If I've got to discipline myself, stop wavering, get a fucking grip on my thoughts, and I need to do that shit to speed that shit up, well, you know what? I'm going to do it because I'm impatient. I want it now. So if it's not happening fast enough, this is why I began leveraging the law. Because why wait? I'm not going to do any of that. So you know what? This is the competitive nature of me. I was like, well, let's see. Let's take a look at the foundation of the law. How can I bend this to my favor? How can I make this shit work for me? How can I literally make this work in my favor by taking advantage of the principles of the law and then conforming it, changing it, right? All you have to know is the basics. And now I leverage. So when you know the basics and you learn to leverage, like I teach you guys how to leverage the law to work in your favor, that shit speeds up real fucking fast. Because we don't follow rules around here. We're better than rules. Okay, hey Jennifer, how to build, see, now I went rambling, I got 100 comments. Okay, how to build a good self-concept. Tell yourself that, Cruz. Tell yourself that. Like, the mirror technique works good for people like that, to look at themselves. I used to have my weight loss clients, I tell them to do that, is to look at yourself. Tell yourself that shit. Don't accept anything you don't like. And if somebody says something you don't like, in your mind, be like, okay, I get what the fuck I want, and I get it when I want it. No one compares to me. Like, literally, I'm the baddest bitch in the world. I could do and be whatever the fuck I want. Like, yeah, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Whoever I want wants me even more. Like, are you kidding me right now? That's exactly what the fuck I do. Time is of the essence. Ain't nobody got time to wait for shit. Okay, so building a good self-concept is repeatedly telling yourself that you're amazing, saying nice things about you. So I told you guys that every time you go to the bathroom, right? Because there's mirrors in every bathroom you go to. Hell, sometimes there's mirrors in the stall, which I think is weird because who wants to look at themselves while they're on the toilet? But anyway, it's usually in ghetto bars. I see that. But I always take a picture. But anyway, so I tell you guys, every day you go in front of a mirror, every day you walk in front of a mirror, just say 5 nice things about yourself. Say 5 nice things about yourself. The same ones, okay? Because that's repetition. So, you know, well, because I'm not going to lie. Let's be honest. When I think priority spectrum in manifesting, I think, okay, self-concept just wasn't that. Well, I don't have a bad self-concept, so I guess that's why. But certain things were not on the priority list to robotically affirm for me. Because I was like, well, why spend time robotically affirming for that when I could robotically affirm for this, which was more important to me. So this is a way around that, right? Where you're doing both, but you're not robotically affirming for self-concept. So instead, it's like, okay, I'm going to pick five great things. Like, no one compares to me. Okay, no one compares to me. I am the operant power. Okay. Whoever I want wants me even more. Like, I'm a badass bitch. I get what I want and I get it when I want it. Like, let's say those are the 5. So then it's like, so then every time you go in front of the mirror, you say those 5 things in your mind to yourself. Well, you know how many, if you're like me, you know how many times you go to the bathroom a day? Often, right? So if you go by and you're like, you say those 5 things, you're saying them hundreds of times a day, probably. I go to the bathroom a lot. So you're going to say them at least 100 times a day. But then throughout the day, you have one self-concept affirmation. So if you find yourself critiquing yourself throughout the day where you're just like, let's say you walk around and you just have this whole like, I don't know if he wants me. Oh, no. No one compares to me. Everybody, whoever I want wants me even more. So then you just say that on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So then you just flip that. But that's what I would do to build a good self-concept. And then to remind yourself every day of who the fuck you are. I do that every day. Every day when I would wake up, I would remind myself who the hell I was for 1 minute. Before I get out of bed, I'm like, this is my reality. I'm the operant power. I'm a master at manifesting. I get what I want and I get it when I want it. And I can have whatever I want. No one has free will in my reality. I want to put my crown and wear that shit proudly and give my commands because I can control everyone's thoughts 100% of the time. So what do I want to think they're thinking? Right? Like, all of that stuff, I would remind myself of that every morning. That's a self-concept thing, okay? Cruz, this is not I think some of you get self-concept confused, okay? So a lot of you guys get self-concept confused or are realizing or not realizing where this is coming from, okay? So like, let's say for you, Cruz, you said, I have a repetitive pattern of being ghosted or left unread by different SPs. Okay, yes, again, good thing you're recognizing a pattern, okay? But the pattern, it's not a self-concept thing necessarily, unless you decide it is. But it's like you do things, right? It's all here in your thoughts. You do things that imply that, where it's like they don't wake up one day and choose to ghost you, okay? But maybe they're having a bad day, and you're now assigning negative meaning to that, like, and it started with the first relationship. It always starts with the first one, where you'll be like, is he gonna leave me? Like, are we good, right? You start questioning your relationship, therefore he leaves. And so then, fine. And God forbid being left unread. Being left unread. Maybe they didn't see your message. A lot of you guys are left on unread because I'm not going to read it until I go to respond. Okay, because like let's say they're busy and they get a lot of messages. If I read it, I'm going to assume I've responded already, and you're not going to get a response from me because I'm going to assume I've already responded because I don't open messages without responding. But that's just me, right? So a lot of people, that is them too, where God forbid they're fucking busy, but when you have this unrealistic expectation from them where you're like, well, I don't give a fuck. He should talk to me. Somebody said this shit the other day. Somebody said this fucking shit the other day where they were like, well, I want him to talk to me 24/7. Motherfucker, he has to sleep. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, and so it's like, and God forbid they're at work. God forbid they're at work. Okay, or God forbid they leave their cell phone at home when they went somewhere. I feel naked when I don't have my cell phone, but liberated at the same time. Or God forbid their phone is on silent. My phone stays on silent. It's very therapeutic to have it on silent. So when things like that happen and they don't get back to you within a six amount of time, like a 6-hour window or whatever you deem appropriate, you get into yourself about it. You start to attack your own self about it. Like, oh, he's too busy for me. He doesn't want to talk to me. When that's not even what's happening. You're expecting the worst because this is a pattern, right? Because it happened one time and then the next relationship, you didn't change your thoughts. So when they started acting funny, or different, you again assigned the same meaning you did. You had the same inner conversations that you had the first time this happened, and sure enough, now they ghost you too. And now all that did was reaffirm. Every time this happens to you, it just steps you further into that assumption, like this is true for me. This is true for me. Okay? And yeah, you're taking it personal, like, yeah, as long as you keep telling yourself you're doing something wrong, they're going to reflect that shit right back to you. And they are. They're going to sit there and be like, yeah, you want to know you want to know what it is? You did this. You're doing this. I don't like this about you. I don't like this about you. Yeah, because that's what you're telling yourself is you're taking everything that they're doing as self-reflection, as this is personal, right? This is an attack. You're looking at it like it's an attack on you versus, God forbid, they're just busy. I think we have this, it could be an assumption. I mean, well, everything's an assumption, but there's certain, in my opinion, gender roles, right? And I don't create bad assumptions, but in my opinion, and this could be based on my past relationships, but men are not like chatty fucking Cathys. They're not. They're not over here like women, right? Where women go to like happy hour is solely designed for women. Let's not lie to ourselves. Right? Where women could just talk all fucking day long. Like they'll be on the phone like, bitch, let me tell you about this, that, and the third, and da 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 da. And before you know, you've been on the phone for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Versus guys, on the other hand, are always like, and you'll notice this too in conversations when you'll be talking about, like I tell you guys, you'll be like, you ask your boyfriend like, hey, how was your day today? And they'll ask you that, and you'll be like, you walk them through everything that happened today. Conversations that were had, all the inner gossip around the water cooler, like all the things about your day, right? And then you'll be like, how was your day? They're like, it was good. End of conversation. Men are like more like get to the point type of shit. Like a lot of them are, or, and they're not sitting there on their fucking phones like women all day long. Like, you know, they're not like on social media 24/7, you know, just scrolling, sharing reels and doing that. Some of my friends are, they just do all the reels, right? But they're not like chatty like that. They're not going to, they don't text all damn day like you guys do. And so it's like, you guys are expecting them to text you back within a minute. And if they don't text you back within a minute, well, fuck him. What's he doing? Who the fuck is he talking to? Huh? You passed away, kidney stone? I'm happy for you, James. I'm actually happy for you because I know those actually fucking hurt. I know those hurt. Yeah, Cruz, you have to start, and you know I love you, James. You have to start recreating a new pattern, okay? So you can't, this is why we practice now, okay? This is why everything we're doing is now for us. This is for us, so we evolve, so we don't make the same mistakes in every relationship. So what you want to start doing now is, you can, but really you want to start, you need to stop assigning, you need to start just, here's what I want you to do. I want you simply just to start assigning positive meaning, hey Jonah, to everything. Everything. Just everything in your life, give a positive meaning to. Okay? Everything positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning. Okay? So, well, put her ass in jail then. But Federica, bitch, if you're fucking on here right now, send me a message. We're going to have a chat. Who the fuck has to go to jail? That tells me you're not disciplining yourself. So give her what she wants. Put her in there. And I'm going to give her a task for her to get her ass out of there. Yeah. Because that's what happens when you go to jail. You got to pay the toll, bitch. So if you're getting out of there, you must pay all of my admins $1,000. Just kidding. Yeah, you're expecting the worst a lot. So if you need to, so this is where I literally want you to go around and just start getting really used to assigning positive meaning to everything. Just everything has positive meaning, okay? And so when you do that, you'll start getting out of this negative ass meaning for everything. That's right, glitter sprinkles. You'll start getting out of this assigning negative meaning to everything because you're getting so used to retraining yourself to positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning. Okay. And yes, you can revise. Okay. I'm not a visualizer, so I don't really teach revision through visualizing. For me, it never worked. It never worked. So again, with the affirming side is you can do revision through affirming. Okay. So you can affirm, like, I've always had the best relationships. Like, I literally have always had the best relationships, right? And it's like, what did you say they did? Ghosted you and, unread. And they leave you on unread. Okay, like, I've always had the best luck in relationships. Literally all of my boyfriends, like, I am their top priority because that's what you need to see yourself. You're not viewing yourself as a top priority. Priority numero uno. I'm always everyone's top priority. I'm literally always everyone's top fucking priority. Start telling yourself that, okay? Start telling yourself that. I've always had the best, thanks user, I've always had the best relationships. I'm literally everyone's top priority. And start telling yourself that. And then do also what I said, and that is assign positive meaning to everything so that when you have relationships, you're not questioning everything. You're not automatically going to the fucking dark side in your thoughts about what they said. What do they mean by that? We tend to do that shit, right? Where they say something and then we want to like know what they meant by that. It's like, why don't you just take their words? Stop reading into the shit, okay? Exactly. I'm always chosen. I'm literally always chosen. I'm everyone's top priority. Tell yourself that, okay? And then when your SP comes back around or whatever, don't react, right? Don't take things personal. Assign positive meaning to everything and you'll get more positive shit. But instead it's like, yeah, no. Like, I don't want to be ghosted and left on unread. So when that happens, I'm going to leave your ass on unread. I'll start helping you out. That's what I'm gonna do. Thanks, Kimberly. I'm gonna start helping your ass out. So when you message me, I'm just gonna leave you on unread for like 12 hours. Because I want you to get used to setting positive meaning to that shit. Oh, she's just busy. Totally just busy. But they can't wait to get back to me. Thank you, user. Okay, and then I'll reply to you. But at least you can start. In fact, if Cruz messages any of you guys in the WhatsApp community, just fucking leave her on unread for a little while. Okay, because we're gonna help her condition herself by changing things. Oh, how's that make you feel right now, Cruz? Is that triggering you? Okay, so why the fuck is it so easy for you to assign that meaning to me, but when it comes to the men in your life, you can't assign that meaning to them? Come on, Cruz. Come on. Okay, we're assigning only the meaning we want to everybody. To everybody. I will respond to your shit today, though. I feel like I've left you on unread for too long now. It's triggering you. I'm just kidding. No, you're not. You're playing the victim, okay? You're always playing, you're like continuously victimizing yourself, where it's like, God forbid they get busy or they don't do something, and then you take it personal and you can't, CC, shoot that shit to the top. Because I've been really good. Actually, I have not. That's a lie. I spent an hour and a half today responding to WhatsApp messages. There was a lot of them. And sometimes y'all be giving me like a whole random, like 25-minute fucking audio. But when it comes to, what's it called? Text message, that's my next to do today. I'm responding to everybody's text. So if you want to be one of the first ones you see, then shoot that shit to the top. Okay, so you got this, Cruz. You got this. I really want you to start owning that and saying, I'm not a victim here, but up until now, I've been a victim of every fucking thing. Like, I'm continuously setting myself up to be hurt, right? Like, it's almost like you want to be hurt again. You want to be ghosted again. You want this shit because that's what you expect from them. That's what you expect from them. Therefore, it is a pattern. They must play their part. So if you expect them to ghost you, they must eventually ghost you. Okay? If you expect them to not read your messages, they have to let it. Got that shit, Ashley? They must continue to do that. Okay? So it's like, you have to look at it from that perspective. Do I want a great relationship with my SP, or do I want to continue to be ghosted and left on unread? No, I don't. So whenever I message someone, they reply immediately. Yeah, whenever I send anyone a message, they reply immediately because I'm everyone's top priority. I'm literally everyone's top priority. Affirm that to yourself. Step into that and own it and stop being the fucking victim in your reality, Cruz. And I'm assuming you're new. Welcome to the party, TikTok nurse practitioner. Curiosity, are you a nurse practitioner on TikTok for people? I'm just kidding. Okay, mine is an avoidance. Okay, seriously though, I've never even heard that term before. I've never heard that term. I did not know that was a fucking thing until like everyone keeps using the term avoidance. Okay, so you cannot see your SP as being avoidant, because what do avoidant people do? There's a reason you're calling them that. They avoid you. So if you see them as being avoidant, they literally can't change. They literally cannot talk to you. They literally cannot come see you. They can't do anything, because avoiding people do exactly that. They avoid you. Okay? And a lot of you guys do this. A lot of you guys do this because, well, I don't fucking know why you do it, actually, because to me, it's like, I know why you do this, but it doesn't make any goddamn sense at the same time. Okay, so like, you'll do this to describe their behavior, right? Like, you'll be like, okay, well, he's an avoidant man. Because that somehow makes you feel fucking better. Jose, tell Jose, don't entertain her ass right now. Please don't entertain Frederica. Let her fucking cry like a little baby. If she wants to cry like a little baby in victim mentality jail, yeah, and you can tell her ass to come on my fucking TikTok live, because I'll rip her ass a fucking new one right now. Because I'm playing with her. If she wanted to put herself in there, let her cry like a little baby. I don't want anybody in there coddling her. Because all that does is reaffirm what she's going through right now. She will get some kind of satisfaction out of that shit. Okay? Because people will put themselves literally in a victim mentality mindset because they get attention. That we don't tolerate. If you think I'm going to give you attention because you want to be a victim in your own reality, oh, don't worry. I'll give you the attention you're looking for. But it ain't going to be the attention you're looking for. No, it's not. What I'm certainly not going to do is fucking try to make you feel better about your life. No. I can promise you I'm not going to do that shit. But I'll give you the attention you want. So yeah, that's what we're not going to do. Because I love Jose Cito and I know he loves to make everybody feel better. Not victim mentality, Jill. He could do that in the general room. Go be a victim. And you can let me know when you fucking stop whining like a little bitch. Because that's what you're behaving like. A little fucking toddler. And how many times I have to tell you guys to stop fucking being children around here? Did I not literally tell you? Did you send me a text right now? Are you on here? If you're on here and you just send me a fucking text right now, you need to relax. I don't give a fuck. How many times do I have to tell you to stop listening to what the fuck they say? Stop listening to what they say. Stop it. Stop it right now. You know, what you should say, that's my reaction. Okay. What else should I say? If you tell me something I don't want to fucking hear, I'm going to say, okay. Because in here, I don't fucking think so. In here, I'll tell you exactly what my shit is. I don't need to verbalize it. I don't need to convince you of shit. Because all convincing is in here. You can, Casper. Casper, I knew who you were referring to, okay? Oh, I know Jose Cito. That's why I know you guys are on here. That's why I know what he's trying to do. I know what he's trying to do because he has such a good fucking heart. But it doesn't benefit her right now, right? We have to set that standard. Is like, if you want to go whine like a fucking toddler, go whine like a toddler. And let us know when you want to become an adult. Okay? That's how we're going to roll things around here. But let Jose Cito know. I'm never mad at that man. I love him. You can never even be mad at Jose Cito. Seriously. How could you ever do that, right? And I know he wants to help everybody. But we can't help victims. They have to get out of their own way. But I'll go in. But don't worry. I will go in there and fucking check her ass in a hot ass second. She's not getting out of it. And she will not be out of victim mentality jail until she hears from me. I don't give a fuck if she wants to grow up in 2 seconds from now. Okay. Can I confirm she's gonna? Yes, you can, Casper. And first of all, I know who you were talking to, but literally we like to talk, we like to mention them as SPs around here, right? Not X's. Because an X is going to remain that. They have to remain an X, right? And so we don't want that. So right now, you can call her your girlfriend. Okay, call her your girlfriend. For sake of context here, then we will call it SP, okay? So, yeah, okay. Oh, he is the sweetest soul. Is he fucking not? He's the goddamn sweetest soul in the world. Like he is. And he's always trying to help people. And I've never had a problem with that. I love him. But yeah, when somebody's asking to literally be put in victim mentality jail, that's the new standard there. We won't coddle their ass. But I will check her in a whole hot second. Okay, so Casper. Okay, so this is a good one. Okay, so this will be a segue so I can go pate. Okay, so I'll tell you what you're going to do to get your SP to contact you right now. Then I'll give you some affirmations moving forward, okay? But right now, you know what time it is, guys. It is time for the photo method. I made a chicken salad today for lunch. But it is time to do the photo method, okay? Now, in case you're new here, the photo method is where right now what you're going to do while I ramble for a minute is you're going to pull up a picture of your specific person, right? Let's pull up a picture of your SP right now, okay? Now, while you're pulling up a picture of your SP, I want you to go back in time. Okay, I want you to go back in time to when everything in your relationship was perfect. And we're gonna hold all questions, okay? Let's hold all questions, okay? Okay, so we're gonna go back to a time when everything was oh, Josecito, I love you. Don't ever apologize to me. I knew exactly what you were in there saying. Something very inspiring and empowering and all that shit. We're going to keep that out of that group, but I love you. Okay, so you have the picture of your SP, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go back in time right now, okay? I want you to go back in time right now to a time when everything in your relationship was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. How do they make you feel? How do they treat you? What were things that they did for you? You know, everything was perfect. They had your heart. I want you to remember who that person was for you, okay? Right now, take just a minute, and I want you to go down memory lane. We're not going down memory fucking lane. We are going to go to the time when everything was perfect, okay? And you're going to immerse yourself in that person. Who that person was for you at that very moment. Oh, Janelle, it doesn't matter. Obviously, there was a time when you wanted to be in a relationship with them, right? Go back to that time, okay? So we're going to go to that version. You're remembering all of the good time, all the things that just how they made you feel. They were your perfect person, okay? The one that won your heart. Remember who that person is now. Now I want you to go and bring that version right to the point of now. I want you to believe for just a moment, and I want you to expect that that perfect version of your SP is here with you now. Okay, that is who they are for you right now. And I want you to hold on to that. I want you to hold on to that version of your SP. The version of your SP that would talk to you all the time, that would constantly contact you, that was constantly coming to see you, that was constantly telling you how much they loved you, how much they cared about you. I want you to bring that person. I want you to remember who that person was. And I want you to expect that that version of your SP is here now. Right now. Okay? Now I want you to hold that expectation. I want you to hold that certainty that that version of your SP that won your heart, that made you feel all the things, that made you give you all the feel good love vibes, that version of that person is here right now. Okay? That's who they are for you right now. Now, as you hold that intention, as you know and you have that version of your SP with you right now, I want you to pull out their photo. And I want you to put on your crown. Because I want you to remember who the fuck you are. Okay? You're the queen or the king of your castle. And you just brought back the version of your SP that was perfect for you. And she's here, or he's here with you right now. Okay, that perfect version. Forget who they were 5 minutes ago. They are now your perfect person. The one that you love. Now I want you to, as you're wearing your crown, you're going to give your commands. Okay? Now I want you have to know and expect. Now if you brought back the person who won your heart, the person who was perfect for you, if you are expecting that that version of that person is here with you right now, then you would know that they're going to contact you. Why wouldn't they? They're your perfect person. So you're going to expect that version is here with you right now. Okay? And you're going to look at their picture and you're going to give your commands. Okay? If you're in no contact with your SP or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to command them to contact you. You're going to look at their picture and you're going to tell them what to do. You're going to look at their picture. If you're alone, you're going to say it out loud. If you're not alone, then say it in your mind. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay? and you are going to command that they contact you. So it would be something like, you're going to do it for the length I put you on a break, a couple minutes, okay? You're going to say, you're contacting me right now. You could say you're contacting me right now, you're texting me right now, or you're calling me right now, okay? You're going to say that, and you're going to repeat it. You're going to say it with a little bit of goddamn backbone. This is your reality, okay? So it will happen naturally, whatever needs to happen. So if you say you're texting me right now, but they're not a texter, they're a caller, then they're going to call you, okay? Who gives a fuck? As long as they contact you, okay? So you're saying you're contacting me right now, you're texting 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 me right now. Now, if you're in consistent contact with them, then you're going to move to the next step. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Hey, Eric, you're coming to see me today. Okay? That is it. Now, if you've done both of those, okay, if you're in constant contact and and they consistently come and see you, you have a couple different options, okay? You could say something like, we're getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. If that's, because I believe every one of you should say that later on. But I would prefer still that you say one thing, right? Say one thing. And thanks, Terry, bitch. And say one thing, like you're coming to see me today or you're contacting me today, because what the point is for you to see movement, for you to literally prove to yourself in this very moment that you're in control, that they can only do what you expect them to do. Okay, so you went back in time and you brought back your perfect version, the perfect person for you. They're here right now. Forget who they were 5 minutes ago. Your perfect person you just brought back back in the past. You brought them here to the point of now. So you need to expect them to do whatever you tell them to do, because they can only ever do what you expect them to do, what you know them to do. Okay? So you're going to say, you're contacting me right now. You're texting me right now. You're only going to do that. Do you understand? Now, you should get contact immediately, within 10 minutes. People do it every day on my life. Every day we do this. And someone gets contact. Or my text goes off and people get contact. You will get the contact the minute you expect that from your person, okay? I didn't say you have to believe it. You need to expect it. Yes, you can. You could do it for 2 people, okay? So that's what the minute you expect it, they will confirm instantly. They will text you immediately if you actually expect them to, okay? But if you are being honest with yourself and you went back in time and brought back the perfect version of your SP, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they contact you? Okay? All right. So now we're going to get busy. And Prince, I'll address you after this, okay? You're going to do this just for the length that I put you on pause because I have to go to the ladies' room. All right? All right. Get busy. But expect them to text you right now. And they will. We are back. Excuse me, excuse me. Fun fact about me is I love serrano peppers, guys. I love serrano peppers, but they fucking enrage my mouth, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And in case you're wondering why I just picked something up and ate it, put it in my mouth, if you're judging me for that, it fell on my leg. Okay, let's see here. So we never negate self-concept. Okay? We don't negate self-concept. You should have self-concept. But there's far more that played off behind the scenes than self-concept is why she completely turned around 3 days later. Okay? But you need to up level where you're going with that. Okay? So it's like, see what I'm saying? It's always one. Queen. Every time someone says they did something, they're like, how'd you do it? Like, you just have to change the way you see yourself, guys. Self-concept, honestly, in my opinion, we tend to overcomplicate. Like, it's this hard-ass task to start believing in yourself. Like, what the fuck? You start telling yourself that stuff, right? Boost yourself up, right? And literally, no, because what is how you, well, I get yes and no. It's like, it is. It's a new term for it. It's basically the same damn thing. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? It's how you. It all boils down to how you see yourself. Okay, so it's like you guys should not have a hard time with this, especially when it comes to your SP. Here's what I always tell you guys. This is what I don't understand. When it comes to your SP, why is self-concept a thing you have to work on? Because all you have to do is remember, like, obviously he thought I was hot. Obviously, he was into me. Obviously, he loved everything about me. So why else would he have dated me? Why else would we have been together? I had him once. I could have him again. Except I can have a better version of him this time. You know what I mean? It's like, I literally already had him once. What the fuck? Like, it's so easy it should be easy for you to guys to have a relatively decent self-concept especially when it comes to your SP, because you already fucking dated the guy. Obviously, he found you perfect. Obviously, you checked all his boxes. Okay, so now all of a sudden, that you caused the breakup, so now all of a sudden your self-concept is shot from it? Like, for what? They didn't do anything, okay? You guys keep forgetting that your SP simply played their role. They simply played their part. You know, exactly. They pursued you, okay? Because you had a good self-concept. But then you let the things that they said to you or the things that they did affect your self-concept when it was all you. They didn't do anything to you. They didn't fucking hurt your feelings. They weren't mean to you. You were mean to yourself. They simply only reflect onto you how you feel about yourself, the things that you're saying, that not how you feel about yourself, but the things that you're telling yourself. So if you're constantly questioning things that they're doing, then all of a sudden you find out that there's a gutter trash involved. You created that, right? If they're saying mean things to you, all the things that you don't want to hear, that's because that's your inner conversations. I don't think they like me. What's going on with them? They're pulling away. Like, is it me? Like, why aren't they talking to me? Like, and you take everything fucking personal. So then they reflect that shit back to you. Thanks, bitch. But it's always you. It's all you. So if anyone's hurting the self-concept, it's not them hurting, it's you. So you need to remember that. And you need to hold on to that and be like, no, that was my fucking person. Like, he was into me. He was feeling me. He was all the things. So, like, he pursued me hard. So, I'm going to go get that back. That's why I didn't let my perfect boyfriend go. I was like, no, absolutely not. The other ones, bye. It'll be somebody else's fucking problem. I'm good. Off that shit. Yeah, you have to assign positive meaning, Shanae, to everything that they do or don't do. Because if you're assigning the meaning that Yeah, like he's changing. Something's pulling away. He's pulling away. He's pulling away. Well, guess what? You tell yourself that enough, guess what's going to happen? He's going to say, I need some time. I need to work on myself. I need to take a step back. I think we need a break. That's what they're going to say, because that is what you're implying, is you're constantly questioning, is he pulling away? Is he pulling away? Is he pulling away? You know, or what am I doing wrong? You know, all that stuff. And so then because of that, now he's going to confirm that. He's going to pull away even more, and he's going to confirm you're doing something wrong, even though you're fucking not. Okay, even though you're not. He'll like nitpick at stupid shit and be like, and then when you think about it, you're like, not really. You didn't have a problem with that before. Of course he didn't, but now he does. Because you are like, did I do something wrong? Right? You're reflecting internally and blaming yourself and questioning if you're doing something wrong, therefore they confirm it. Yes, bitch, you're doing something wrong. You blinked the wrong way today. You know, or like all of a sudden texting throughout the day becomes an issue. You know, why? Because you, over the course of time, have higher expectations because, let's say in the beginning, they were texting you all the damn time, and now it's slowly not fizzling out, but it goes from texting all day, every day to let me text you sporadically throughout the day. And in your mind, you're like, oh, we don't even text as much anymore. Like he doesn't even hardly talk to me throughout the day anymore. Well, now texts start to dwindle even more because that's your inner conversations. We don't even talk anymore. Like he hardly even reaches out to me anymore. Well, now he hardly can't. Now he continues to do more of that shit. You know, I laugh at some people when, well, we laugh together, should I say. It's just in your mind. It's all in your mind. Okay, but I laugh because sometimes we'll laugh together because we'll laugh because they'll realize it, right? Like I'll point out some shit that they said in their story, and I'll be like, "Do you notice a trend?" And then we'll laugh and be like, "Manifestation's a bitch." It is like when you're consciously manifesting, like it's a bitch because you realize that, like, damn, I do think that way. Yep, thought about that too. Did they reflect that? Sure did. Oh, thought about that shit too. Did they reflect that too? Sure did. And I can laugh, but at the fucking time, it's not fucking funny, right? Because you're like, what the hell? What the hell's going on, right? I'm doing the things right, but you're not, okay? So really, I always said there's three steps to manifesting, but we're going to add a fucking fourth one because I think this is the one that's overlooked constantly. Okay, constantly. Okay, so we're going to add a fourth one. So now there's 4 steps to manifesting your SP, if I really have to break it down. Okay, so I always get a lot of new people that join here, okay? Yeah, that's right, Erica. Why fucking wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? That's what happens. That's what we do here. That's what we do here on TikTok is we get whatever the fuck we want. When you give your command, if you actually just know or expect that version, like you don't even have to expect the behavior, okay? That's what you don't understand. You don't even, because a lot of you, I think, get hung up on that. And so let me clarify. You don't need to necessarily expect them to text you, okay, when you're in no contact, okay? I understand that's difficult. I don't give you unrealistic advice here, okay? So instead, all you have to do is expect that version of your SP. When you expect that version of your SP, they would do all those fucking things. They would contact you. They would spend time with you. They would FaceTime you. They would do all those things because that's the version you're selecting. Okay, so all you have to do is select that version of your SP and they'll do all the things you want them to do. That's it. But we get so hung up in the details where it's like, well, how do I expect this? How do I expect this? How do I expect this? Just expect them to be your perfect boyfriend. How about that? How about that? Job done. Job fucking done. That's all you need. Okay? So there's a lot of new people here. They 1,000%. When you go down and stroll down memory lane, let's break it down. Ashley, let's break it down for all you new people here. And Janelle, I'll answer your question, okay? So let's go down memory lane. Because I need you to understand, nobody else talks about this, okay? No other manifestation coach tells you this, which is why I think it's very important to get you to realize what led to the breakup in the first place. Because when you can realize you caused the breakup, you can realize you can cause the makeup. Okay? All right, so you first met your SP, and everything was great. Everything was fucking, he was checking all the boxes. You were digging him, and he was digging you, right? Actively pursuing you, wanting to talk to you, wanting to get your attention, wanting to do all those things. And you were like very flattered. You were on fire, very confident in your relationship, right? Where this was headed. And so you guys started talking all the time. You guys started hanging out. Then you became in a relationship, right? And things started hitting the fast track because everything's good. Everything is good. He is like your perfect person. He is checking all the boxes. You are like you are in what they call it, the honeymoon stage. Okay. You're in the honeymoon stage of a relationship. So this is where everything escalates very quickly, where all of a sudden you went from talking consistently to full-blown relationship to now using the 4-letter word love. Okay. Count all the feelings, right? Everything is great. Then you have a disagreement. Now you have a disagreement that always turns into an argument because you ladies can't shut the hell up. Okay, so they say something they don't like, or you say something they don't like, and you say a problem that you have or whatever. They respond. You don't like how they respond, and so you ladies have to plead your fucking case, right? Like, oh no, I need to get my point across. Right? So let me force the 3D and get my point across. And because he has to understand, which he doesn't understand. So it turns into an argument. And now you've got this whole argument, and now the argument verbally has stopped. But in here, it's continuing. Oh, it's continuing. Very much so. Where you're replaying everything he said, you're reading into it, and you're over here like, this motherfucker, how dare him disrespect me? How dare him talk to me that way? I can't believe he said this. I can't believe he said that. And you're going down the whole argument mental. It's continuing here. A lot of times, once you're done bitching in here, you'll go right back to the argument and say, oh, by the way, I have more to say, right? So that's how it happens. Then the next day, everything's fine, back to normal because you just swept it under the rug. Now it's back to normal. Everything is fine. You're great. And then you have another argument. And now you're arguing about whatever new is bothering you, plus what you had a problem with before, because all you did was sweep that shit under the rug and act like it. You probably justified it, pushed it away, no big deal. But now it's still very much there because you didn't resolve it here, okay? So now you have another argument, and it goes the same way the first argument went. You argue, continue that shit in here, and then get back to normal, right? And then as time in your relationship progresses, you notice that the arguing tends to increase, okay? So instead of doing this in your relationship, now you flatlined. You have flatlined, okay? Now you're having disagreements, you're having more disagreements, and your conversation, because you know, ladies, when you have a disagreement, you can't keep it to yourself. So you got to tell somebody, right? You got to tell your friends, your family, like, let me tell you what happened. Of course, it's only one side of what happened, yours. Ask me how I know that, right? and so then you do that, right? But here's the problem: is the person you met in the beginning, you don't see him the same way anymore. Now all of a sudden, you're complaining about him. You're seeing him in a different light, and he starts to change. A lot of times, you'll say that like he's changed. Sound familiar? So then, or he's not the same person I fell in love with. So then, as time goes by and the arguing tends to happen, and you start describing him very differently than you did in the beginning of your relationship starts to go like this. And now that it's on the decline, now what do? Now you start questioning your relationship. Does he even love me anymore? Does he care about me? Like, is there someone else? Like, he's acting different. Like, are we good? A lot of times you'll even ask them that. Like, where are we going? Are we good? Are you breaking up with me? These are the conversations you either have verbally with your partner or you have them in your head. And over time, you start to question your relationship and where you stand in their lives. And then the breakup. Sound familiar? Well, that's because you're constantly selecting versions of them. So the person that you met when you were first in love is no longer the person you recognize at the breakup, because you changed the version of him. You've allowed every argument that you had, every disagreement that you had, you let that commence in here. And you verbalized it to everyone that would talk. And now instead of him being your Prince Charming, now you've made him the villain. Now you have a problem with everything. Now you find that you're complaining about him instead of raving about him. And that's why he changed. Because he must match your assumptions, your inner conversations. So that's why you don't even recognize that version. Because he wasn't the man you fell in love with. He wasn't the one in the beginning. Because you changed how you saw him over the course of your relationship. And you questioned the breakup. And therefore he confirmed. That's all he did, is confirm the breakup, because you in your mind thought he was going to break up with you. Thought this relationship was going to end. And then what happened? It ended. So the good news is, since you caused the breakup, you can create the makeup. Okay, because what happens is after the breakup, here's what you guys do, right? I forgot that part. After the breakup, here's what you love to do. You love to plead your case. Like, no, I just need to talk to him. I just need to talk to him. If I could just talk to him, he'll understand. We'll get back together. So let me go ahead and blow his shit up. Let me go ahead and call him 55,000 times. And then he didn't answer. So now let me call him a private number. He didn't answer that shit either. Okay, literally, everyone knows who's calling from a private number. You bitch, okay? And then he didn't answer those, so let me just blow his text up too. Let me just text him a shit ton of times. Oh, and I'll just leave him long ass voicemails too. Like, let me just fill his inbox with voicemails, pleading my case, begging and pleading for him to take me back, sounding thirsty as fuck. Let me chase him. And then a lot of you will take it one step further and be like, he's not answering me. So let me go on his Instagram. And then, oh, he's not answering there. Let me go to his house. Some of you guys are like, let me go to his fucking job. So there's that. Don't do that. And the problem is, the more you reach out to them, the more you try to plead your case after the breakup, the more you chase them, they pull away, which is what led to you being blocked on everything and to go completely no contact. Because all you did was push him away. Okay? So because you tried to what? Force the 3D. Girl, who is that? I can make time for you, bitch. I like you. I'll make time for you. Because we need to get your shit right and tight. Seriously. Okay? Because you're there. Like, you're there, but we need to talk and find out what's going on so that we can break right through that shit. Okay? Because you're there. Okay, it's just one little tweak we'll make will unlock everything. Good Divine Floor. Happy to see you on the part of the WhatsApp. Okay, so that's what you have to realize is you all, every single one of you, me, myself included, every single one of you attempted to force the 3D. And that didn't work. See, my attempting at forcing the 3D was different, but it was still nonetheless forcing the 3D, you know. I tried to talk to him, right? It's hard as fuck to let that man walk out your door when you want to like fucking handcuff his ass to the chair and be like, no, you're not going a goddamn place. We're going to talk. But when I found out he hurt himself, because I was like, fuck him, I hope he hurts himself. And I found out he hurt himself. He was not a good cook when we dated, right? He was like let me open up some ragu and put that shit on pasta and call it spaghetti. Okay? And so, and no judgment if that's you, no judgment. And so he loved my cooking. So I felt bad when he hurt himself. So I would drop off food on his porch every day for him. And then he was like, I'm going to need you to stop doing that. I was like, okay, my bad. But that's when I questioned who that roommate was. And that's when I got confirmation that I didn't want to hear. That's how he had to confirm, because I was dropping off food. Okay. So yeah, so we know forcing the 3D doesn't fucking work. It never works. It never, and I have yet to have a single person say, you know what, that shit worked. It went my way. No, it fucking didn't. No, it didn't. Okay, none of them do. Okay, which is why I always tell you, if there's gutter trash involved, don't even trip. Because all we do is I help you create the wedge. That's all you need. It's all you need, because gutter trash is going to do exactly what you try to do, is going to do exactly what every fucking buddy tries to do when they want to save their relationship. Force the 3D. And what's going to happen when they force the 3D? Same thing that happened to you. It's going to push them away. So you ain't got to worry about shit. You don't have to force a 3D at all. Okay? So we do it here. Shanae, I could literally imagine that, because I've had that happen, something similar, right, where he would pop in and I'd have like this certain thing playing that's talking about certain parts when it would come to the gutter trash. I'd be like, oh shit, let me pause this. Hello. I would have loved to have been a fly on your wall then, because you're like panicking. You're like, let me pause. Hi, honey. How are you? Oh, no, everything's great. Everything's totally fine. Hey, Sarah Elizabeth. Hey, Zoe. That shit would crack me up. That the SB can be delayed in receiving the manifestation. No, Simple. That's not true. Okay? That's not true. Thought transmission is 100% of the time, okay? You control their thoughts 100% of the time, okay? So they can only think the thoughts that you assume they're thinking, okay? Which is why when you assume that they don't want to be with you, they reflect that. When you assume that they're ghosting you, they reflect that, okay? When you assume that they don't like you, they reflect that. When you assume that they need space, they reflect that. Okay, when you assume something's wrong, they reflect that. When you assume that there's gutter trash involved, or they may be talking to someone else, they reflect that. Okay, so there's no delay in them receiving the they don't receive your manifestation, okay? But there's no delay in them in that aspect. There is a delay in your 3D though, okay? So whatever you are thinking about, like, that's why I say you shouldn't react to your 3D right now. There's no reason to react, because whatever you're reacting to right now is just based on yesterday's thoughts. So what the fuck are you reacting to today? Because if you would change your thoughts today and act like a fucking adult and grow up, then what shows up tomorrow will be something totally different. Okay, there's literally nothing. There's a delay when it comes to that aspect, but in telling your SP what to do, no, there's not a delay. Well, I guess let me rephrase that. The only reason there's a delay is because you're selecting asshole version, right? You're selecting the version of them. You're expecting the version of your SP that they're showing up to today. So because of that, I guess there could be a delay, but only because you're selecting asshole version. But they're always conforming. So as long as you keep selecting asshole version, but you're constantly spending time with me, they're not going to do that. Okay. So therefore it would appear that there's a delay in them receiving. There's not. There's the only delay is the version of your SP you're selecting. So if you would continuously select perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend, there's no delay. Okay. Well, and Julie, I'm not one of those, again, with the unrealistic advice, okay, where they'll be like, just don't think about them. The fuck are you talking about? It's easy to not think about. Like, I never thought about gutter trash until I became aware of the gutter trash, right? When you become aware of gutter trash, like, how the fuck are you supposed to act like that person doesn't exist? That's fucking stupid. Like, that's fucking stupid. And I lived one building away at the time, so I had to see it all, okay? So to stop thinking about it, I think, is unrealistic. What we do is control what we're thinking about, though. Again, this is where we leverage the law, okay? We leverage the law by controlling our assumptions of the gutter trash. So you can do one out of two ways, okay? I agree. I always believe in affirming them to the dumpster they crawled out of, because they'll do the work for you. That's what you don't understand, is gutter trash will do all the work for you. You ain't got to worry about shit, okay? So literally, I say I have two personas I would recommend you giving a gutter trash, or you can choose one that you know is a huge deal breaker for your SP, like something he can't fucking stand. Like, whatever he literally can't stand, well, that's not gutter trash. That's not who she is, okay? So I like the crazy. That works very fast, by the way. You know, when you say that they're crazy, you start identifying the gutter trash as crazy, right? You cannot see her as competition. No, 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 no. You're here. Gutter trash is down here. That's why we call them gutter trash. Okay? And so you have to see them as less than. Okay? So you want to give them an identity. What is it? Because remember, we use everyone as you pushed out to our advantage here. So it's like, okay, what do I want to assume? What do I want to assume about gutter trash? Because she has to push it out. She has to conform to my assumption of her. So let me just start now. Oh, look, I saw a butterfly. Let me just start now assuming that she's fucking batshit ass crazy. She's not a good person. She's not a good person. She's batshit crazy. She literally has anger issues. She's a raging bitch. She literally has anger issues. That's how you need to describe her. Because she has to conform to that. And she's going to conform to that in your, because she's in your reality and not like a part of your life. She's a part of your life, but not, if that makes sense. So she has to conform like that in your reality to your SP. Okay. So, and you will get your SP to confirm this. Okay. He will confirm this. When gutter trash is gone, you don't need to check. He'll confirm it and he will literally describe her exactly how you described her. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. So you would do that, right? So you just start telling yourself like, no, she's a raging ass bitch. Like literally she has serious anger issues, right? So now she has to show up that way. I like crazy. That's just me. It's more entertaining that way. But anyway, so now she conforms to that assumption of her, right? She starts to behave that way, right? So now we affirm her away, okay? So we want to say something. You can say the ones that I use. They work very fast, by the way. You can say, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. They literally argue all day, every day. They argue all day long. All they do is argue, right? So now what you've done as you're affirming that is you've built the wedge, okay? Now she's going to do exactly what you tried to do, force the 3D. And as she forces the 3D, your SP pulls away from her. And as you're affirming for you and your SP, he comes home to mama, okay? So don't worry about, stop thinking about her, like, because I'm not saying obsess over the bitch, but literally like whenever, if you ever have a thought about her specifically, just tell yourself like, no, actually she's fucking crazy. Like he literally hates her. She's crazy. He hates her. Tell yourself that instead, right? Because whatever you're thinking about, because if you don't tell yourself that stuff, if you're thinking about gutter trash, you're going to go the opposite direction. Like, what is it about her? Why her, not me? You know, what does she have? You know, and in all honesty, 99.99% of the time, the gutter trash isn't on your level, like in any sense of that word. And so that's what you have to believe. That's what you have to believe is like, competition? Never. I don't think so. Like, that's what you have to tell yourself when it comes to her, but you cannot view her as competition because you're keeping her right there. You also, let's say you're in communication with your SP. What you also can't fucking do is tell your SP what his shit is. Literally, Jennifer. You cannot tell him what his shit is, okay? You can't be like, she's fucking bad for you. Like, you don't see what she's doing. She is not a good person. Like, she is not, like, she's never going to make you happy. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because well, first of all, let's just address the obvious. How the fuck would it make you feel if somebody in your reality was like, you should not be with your boyfriend. Like, he's not a good person. He's a piece of shit. And you know what? Like, he's going to treat you like shit and he's never going to make you happy. How the fuck would that make you feel to hear that? Okay, so what makes you think he would be any different? And oftentimes, that's how you guys have to look at it. Like, you guys would stop your stupid, childish behavior if you would flip the script and ask yourself, if this shit was being done to you, how the fuck would you feel? Would you love it? Would you love it if you broke up with somebody and they just blew your shit up all fucking day long? Like, you had to literally turn your phone off because they won't fucking stop. And then, like, all your voicemail is just blown up with fucking hate messages and anger and talking and just cussing me out and doing all these things. And then the next one is like, you got fucking ADHD. Then the next one, you're like crying profusely, like 2 seconds later, like a crazy person. If that was done to you, how the fuck would that make you feel? Would you be like, you know what? Oh my God, this person loves me. Let's get back together. No, you fucking wouldn't. No, don't lie to yourself, bitch. No, you wouldn't. So what the hell makes you think that your SP is going to be like, oh shit, she's speaking my love language. Oh my God, there's nothing more than I love than a fucking crazy ass stalker that wants to blow my shit up all day long. And now I can't even listen to my one message, my one voicemail that I'm trying to get. I can't even listen to that shit because I got to delete 1,800 voicemails that she left me. That's the thing, guys. Don't even waste your breath. You think he's what? Listening to that? You think he's going to just sit there and listen to your fucking 1,800 voicemails? No. So why even bother? If you insist on doing anything like that, fucking call yourself, bitch. Call yourself. Leave a voice note to yourself and then delete, right? Text, but don't fucking press send. And then flip that shit. Get what you have to out. Get what you have to out. But don't press send. And then fucking flip that shit. Purple platypus, because this is where the honesty in you has to play out, okay? This is why I don't like it when people just tell you, just be delusional. Just be delusional. No, no, you need to be honest with you, okay? You need to be honest with yourself, because if you're expecting it to, see, here's, and I know here's part of the problem. Read your sentence back. But if we expect it to work, how come it doesn't manifest and work? Because you're expecting it to work, which means you're coming from a future tense, okay? Now, it's working right now. You're not persisting in perfect boyfriend version. You know, there's one person that is like a stage 5 clinker. I had to check her ass today. I was like, she knows who the fuck she is. She took like pushing the 3D, like, I was like, yo. Thanks, K fans. Love you, bitch. I literally had to be in there. And I was like, look, you, first of all, fucking stop, because everything you're doing screams batshit ass crazy. Like, literally everything you're doing is screaming batshit crazy. So you fucking better stop right now. I was like, because this shit is wild to me. Like, oh, Kim, I love you, girl. Like, it was so wild to me. I was just like, let's just start with the obvious. Stop looking like a crazy psycho. How about you stop that shit right now? Because you're like, and guess what? He walked away from me. I'm sure he did, because he thought what was next is you're about to, like, he's going to turn. He probably walked backwards. He didn't want to turn his back, because he knew the second he turned his back that he was questioning if there's going to be a knife right through that shit. Like, she took Crazy Town to a whole nother fucking level. And I was like, yeah, we're not going to do that shit anymore. Let's just start there. Let's just stop what you're doing right now. Take a whole hard step back. but I think what made that so much more, because her thing, I listened all the way through, because I was just like, where the fuck is the popcorn? Where's the popcorn at? Because I was just like, it was crazy. It's crazy. And I was literally like, you are wilding out right now. And so, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, that's what we're not going to do, is be one step away from the fucking loony bin. Okay, we're not going to do that, because that shit is so fucking funny. That is so fucking funny to me. Anyway, there's that. And so I won't get into the deets, because that's where that's private conversation. That shit's fucking funny. Oh man, but I love it. Look at that. Welcome, Tumo. Do you see this? Like, what is this, your first fucking day here? I don't recognize her name. This is like her first day here. You see what I'm saying? Do you guys want to see what I'm saying here? She literally just did the exercise and got a text. We don't make this shit up, guys. We don't make that. Let me take a screenshot. I gotta do something with all these screenshots. I'm just lazy when it comes to that. But we don't make this shit up here. This is how quickly it happens. Now, Mo, what you're gonna do is control the conversation, okay? You're only gonna assign positive meaning to everything that he says or doesn't say. Only positive meaning. I don't care if he's like, yo, what up? You're like, he is so fucking in love with me. Why wouldn't he? Like, look at him trying to get my attention, right? Keep it casual. We don't need to talk about the past. We don't need to cuss his ass out. We don't need to plead our case. Like, no, we don't need to do any of that shit. What you need to do is, this is new version. This is fresh version, fresh relationship, right? We need to take it as such, okay? You don't need to ask him questions. You don't need to confirm a goddamn thing. The only question you should be asking him is, how's your day today? And what's for dinner? That's it. Oh man, James, you would have fucking loved that conversation. You would have loved that conversation. Because that shit was fucking amazing. Oh. Look at this, guys. Case in point. Burner account. If you're, I swear, like everything has the meaning that you assign it to mean. Okay, hold on. We're going to take care of this. If they bring up the past, you can, Jen, you can go down it, but don't go plead your case, right? You don't need to point fingers at shit. You know, if they want to bring up the past, like, you know, like, honestly, I'd like something fresh. Like, we don't need to keep talking about the past because we can't change the past, right? All we can do is move forward. You know, be mature about it, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, Cammie. Most likely because you're asking and you're bringing it up, okay? You're asking and you're bringing it up. But instead, be like, he literally just got a divorce so we could be together. He got a divorce right now so we could be together. Like, he literally got a divorce so we could be together. Or you can affirm for marriage on your end. Like, he wants to marry me right now. He literally will do anything to marry me right now, which implies getting a divorce, okay? Like, he will do anything to be with me right now. He absolutely wants to marry me, right? Also, when it comes to signing the divorce papers, my guess is he's not the one that initiated the divorce. So that's good. But we leverage, right? So it's like, look at his fucking ass and be like, you're signing the divorce papers right now. Oh, the fuck you think this is? You're signing the divorce papers right now. I want you to command that to his picture every day for a minute. You're signing the divorce papers right now. He will. He will. Okay? But don't listen to him. Whatever he's saying, don't listen to him. Okay? Because remember, he's only reflecting your inner conversations. Willis, the WhatsApp group community is in my bio. Okay, so remember, his inner conversation, he can only think the thoughts that you assume he's thinking. So if you are saying, why isn't he signing the divorce papers? Like, why won't he sign the divorce papers? Like, when's he going to sign the divorce papers? Or you're asking him, that's going to hurt you and backfire, okay? Because that's forced into 3D. So instead, all the work is done in your mind. So you can't question it. You have to be like, no, he's signing those divorce papers like now. The ink is dry. He's literally he's happy to sign the divorce papers. In fact, he wants nothing more than to sign those divorce papers right now. That's exactly what he's doing right now. You have to tell yourself that instead of questioning why he won't sign them. Okay, because if you question that, he's going to reflect that. He won't sign them. Okay, so instead, we flip that. And then, but control the inner conversations here and definitely don't ask him. Okay, definitely don't ask him. Yeah, fuck that. So, okay, Janelle, let's address your question. Okay, so what if you've never been in a true relationship with them? It doesn't matter. The only reason you were never in a true relationship with them is because you never assumed relationship. Okay, you've never assumed relationship. So if you want to be in a relationship with this person, you need to start assuming relationship. And he will reflect that. His assumptions are based on your assumptions. So relationships are usually formed because they're implied. Okay, all your activity, all of this time that you have together screams relationship without the title. And that's because in your guys' mind, you're like, when's he going to commit to me? When's he going to commit to me? But typically, relationships are always formed because you're acting like you're in a relationship, and one of you starts to assume relationship. Therefore, everyone as you pushed out, the other one must assume the same. So this is where y'all fucking piss me off every single day, where you're like, I want him to commit to me. So when the fuck are you, so okay, so start assuming commitment. Just start assuming that you're going to commit a relationship. Like, it's not rocket science, okay? It's not rocket science. Everything's an assumption. So if you assume that he doesn't want to commit to you, or he's not going to commit to you, or I'm waiting for him to commit to me, if you're waiting for someone to commit to you, what is that implying? Go ahead. What's that implying? That's implying that you're not sure he wants to commit to you, so therefore pushes out. Because that's what that's implying. So instead, it's like, no, we act like we're together. Everything we do screams relationship, so that's what I'm going to assume. We're in a relationship. I don't need to tell him this. I don't need to be like, so are we in a relationship? No, because that means that you're not sure. Okay, you don't need to ask. So instead, all you need to do is start assuming that you're in a relationship, and so will he. And boom, now you're in a committed relationship. Problem solved. And that's if everything you're doing acts like that. Okay, if not, then we manifest back in steps, okay? Because it works a lot faster than you sitting over here trying to act like you're married when you're not. And don't tell me that if you're in no contact that it's real easy for you to act like you're married. That's bullshit, and I'm going to call bullshit on that all day. I'm literally going to call bullshit, which is because if that was the case, then he would be conforming. Okay, you wouldn't be, yes, no, I'm assuming we're in a relationship. I really believe that we're married, but we're in no contact. Okay, so if you actually assumed you were married and really immersing yourself in that experience, how are you still in no contact? See what I'm saying? So that's why that's bullshit ass advice, living in the end. Live in the end. Okay. If you want to do that, you let me know how that pans out for you. And other than my channel, and that's because I know who I am, okay? And there's a couple few YouTubers that I follow and I respect because they're like me. But you can't just start taking everyone's word for shit. Like, you gotta stop doing that shit. Because there's a lot of manifestation coaches out there that will tell you they did something, but one won't tell you how long it took them. That's a problem. It could have taken them fucking 6 years for all you know. Okay? One won't tell you how long it took. And two, will hold out something. They won't tell you everything. So be careful what you're listening to out there in these streets. Because the fact is, if you've been doing what these other creators out here are telling you what to do, and you've got no movement, then that's part of the problem. Okay? Versus, as you can see, when somebody just joined us for the first time and did the photo method for the first time ever, got contact. See, that's what we do here. We do hear that. That's what we do here, is we get you results. Okay, we get you results. Well, I've had people who have came to me because nothing was fucking working. They've been doing this shit for years. I've been manifesting my ass back for 3 years. No, you fucking haven't. All you've done is listen to stupid creators that gave you bullshit ass advice, but you haven't been manifesting shit for 3 years. Not at all. Except for what you don't want, which is fucking wasting time. Right? But then they come across my shit. All of a sudden, they're getting movement. They're getting progress. All of a sudden, their SPs are conforming and so forth when nothing else worked before. Because I don't give you unrealistic advice. I've done it. So I know it works. I've taught my clients too. And their SPs are conforming like it's going out of style. Those who are actually listening to what I say and doing what I say. Because I don't want to do anything that's a lot of fucking work. I don't want to do anything that's a lot of work. So you think I'm going to give you some shit to do that's a whole lot of work? No, I am definitely not going to do that. Not at all. Yes, Rhea, those are my favorite. The young manifestation coaches. Those are my favorite. There's one, I told you, there's one that has a very large following. She lives with her parents. So, you can't manifest money? Is that what's going on here? Because like where I live, apartments are a lot of money, okay? Like to live in a 1-bedroom apartment where I live, it's $3,500 a month for a 1 fucking bedroom apartment, okay? So I would understand that a little bit more, but when you're living in like Podunk, Michigan, what are you looking at, a couple $100? Like not that much. So you can manifest, you should be able to manifest $1,000 a month, you know? So be careful who the fuck you're out here listening to, because I'm just saying. Oh, Grace, I saw your thing. So since you were like, if you're going to be dockside for a little while, let's talk, because I know you didn't get a lot out of that because bitch was in the middle of the fucking water. So I don't want you just to have to watch the replays, okay? So let's talk and work out something. Maybe we'll do like 30 days of tech support, okay? So so that you get something out of that, okay? Because you were literally in the fucking ocean for like 3 weeks? Long ass time. So we don't want to do that, okay? That's what I'm here to do, okay? In case you're new here, my name is Jen, obviously. Only one time has somebody been like, what's your name? I'm like, it literally says my name on my TikTok. But my name is Jen. I am your manifestation bestie. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor so that you can get what you want, you know, today. Because enough time has been wasted. No, there's no limit. Okay, if you're interested in working one-on-one with me, I do have for one-on-one coaching where I'm literally going to, it's a superpower of mine to find out where you're going wrong so that you can get your shit right. Then I help you recreate your SP, map out some affirmations for you, and tell you what you need to do. And if you do exactly what I say, then you'll get your SP back very, very fast, okay? I've had somebody literally complete turnaround in less than 2 weeks. Another person in my DM within, 48 hours? Completely new person. That's all it takes. 4 days. I took somebody from no contact to fully back together in 4 fucking days. So that's what we do here. Okay, I also offer tech support coaching where you get 30 days of tech support from me, so you have me in your pocket at any given time. And of course, I always tell you guys, yes, it's on the phone. It's on the phone, just you and I. So I always tell you guys that if you guys are, I am taking bookings. Yes. And if I don't have a time for you, just let me know. Like somebody wants to talk later today. I don't have fucking time. I'm just kidding. I love her, so I will make time. That's why I opened up some time slots on the weekend, okay? I'm literally the low price leader in the coaching space because I want to help as many people as possible get their SPs back. And I'm not going to do that by taking everybody else's advice and being like, it's $2,000 per session. No, I'll leave that to the other money grabbers out there that are not giving you results, okay? But the amount of case studies that I have of people who have been manifesting their SPs back when nothing worked is like neck and neck, if not more superior than people who have been teaching this shit for years. And I really only focused on this about a little over 30 days ago. And the reason for that is because I manifested my SP back from no contact. Okay, and so I know I'm excited. And so because of that, I really want to see, bitch, you see how quickly that turnaround happens? That's why people work with me. Okay, I'm proud of you, Charles. Keep going. Okay, change his story. Keep going. Okay, because as you can see, they conform very fast. They conform very fast, and I love this shit up. Now, I do have to tell you guys that I don't, can I manifest a soulmate? Well, I don't believe in soulmates. I think that's silly. But if you want to call your boyfriend or your girlfriend or husband or wife your soulmate, you go right the fuck ahead. I don't care. I just don't think that you should be searching for a soulmate. I think you should just be knowing exactly what you want. That's right. Libras get what we want. We get what we want it. I think that you should get clear on what you want in a perfect person. Like if you wanted a soulmate, what is that person? Who are they? And so forth, and describe them that way. And then your person will pop up. But get clear on the description of said person. Okay? Okay. All links are in my, somebody's been asking me that shit before. And they were like, how does the tech support coaching work? Do I need to watch modules and courses before we can talk? I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? What modules? What courses? I don't sell a course. So No. I don't even want to put together a course, so no. I should change my homepage because that's all about my weight loss. I have lots of shit I gotta change. But no, I don't sell courses. Okay, so you do not need to watch. You do not need to do the course. Oh, but also, if you want, oh, I know. People love that shit. People, huh? Okay, I join you with mom on the admin Zoom, yay. No, you fucking cannot. Of course, Chels. Of course you can. You don't ever have to ask that shit. You and your mom are a combo package as far as I'm fucking concerned. So of course you can. Yeah, people be selling fucking online courses and they'll be like, they're 19 modules. I'm like, 19 fucking modules? Who the fuck is gonna sit there and listen to all that shit? And then what happens if you have a question? No, sorry, you're fucked. You're fucked. That reminds me of one of those DIY, like if you're ever trying to do DIY projects and you watch a YouTube video and you do it to the letter of the fucking law, like you pause that shit and you do it exactly how they say to do it, and that shit still doesn't come out the same. And I'm like, there's something they didn't say. There's something they didn't fucking say. Those liars. So that's the problem with online courses, is you have no way of knowing if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. I can literally tell you word for word verbatim what to do, and I know this because I used to partner with a business coaching company that they have an online course. And that's the problem, is they come and bring their shit to me. I'm like, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? Because you don't know. And so that's why that's not my vibe. I'm like, let's cut the bullshit. Like, let's just get on a fucking phone, talk to me, and then let's map out a plan. Problem solved. I'm not here to fucking waste time. I'm not about to sit here and go back and fucking forth. And that's how the shit works. We're not about to do all that shit. We ain't got time. Is of the essence. We have already wasted enough time with other bullshit people. Okay? Okay. So, there's that. Now, here's what I'm going to need y'all to stop doing. Okay? You all need to get a fucking serious grip. You cannot listen to what they're saying. I don't care what they're saying. Unless they're telling you everything you want to fucking hear, you need to have a censor. Okay? You need to have a censor in your thoughts. It's like, unless it's what I want to hear, rejected. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. As soon as they say something I don't want to hear, they're not even speaking English anymore. They went to speaking Portuguese. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What does that mean? That's not something I want to fucking hear. So if it's not something I want to hear, I reject it. I'm not listening to you. I'm going to change it right up in here, right up in here, right up in here. While they're fucking, they could be whole ass talking too. Change it, change it, change it, change it, change it. I don't know what you're doing. Where you will literally sit there and listen to every fucking thing that comes out of their mouth as gold. As well, they said this, they said that, they're doing this, they're doing that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, the first thing you're doing wrong is giving a shit about what they're saying, because remember, I keep telling you guys that whatever they're fucking saying is only what you're thinking about all the time. So if you don't like what they're saying, then change your thoughts, because that's all they're fucking saying. That's all they're doing. And so you can't be offended by it. You shouldn't be getting mad about it. None of that shit. For fucking what? Because all they're doing is exactly what you want them to do. They're saying exactly what you want them to say, even if you're not. And that is because you're not disciplining your mind. You're insisting on applying negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning about everything. About everything. Instead of changing that shit, growing up and saying, no. I'm sorry. I'm only going to apply the meaning that I want it to mean, because why in the fuck would I want to apply a meaning that's going to hurt my fucking feelings? Why would I want to do that? No, I'm not going to fucking do that shit. And neither are you. You need to start listening. Listen. You need to shut the fuck up. Stop acting like a goddamn child, a juvenile adolescent, and act like an adult. You need to stop whining, stop moaning, groaning, and fucking bitching about everything that you don't like in your reality when, spoiler alert, there's only one person that can change it. You, bitch. So when the fuck are you gonna get it together? Because I don't want you guys, I'm tired of you guys looking at all these success stories wondering, when is it going to be my time? When is it going to be my time? Why not me? Why not me? What am I doing wrong? What did you do? What did you do? Shut the fuck up. What do you mean? What did they do? What they did is listened. That's it. That's all. They have a little bit more discipline than what the fuck you have. Okay? Exactly. Did this and moving exactly like you wanted to. Yeah. Because what they have is a little bit more discipline and a little bit more determination to get what they fucking want. So when are you going to get what you want? You will only get what you want the minute you decide that you're going to get what the fuck you want. And I'm not waiting for shit. I'm going to get it right now. And if all I have to do is check every fucking thought that comes into my mind, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it. I'm only going to assign positive meaning to fucking everything. And I'm going to persist in my perfect boyfriend. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. And you know what? That's all I have to do. I've seen it working over and over again in my community. Duh. What do you think I told you I don't teach from a book. I didn't go to fucking I didn't go to YouTube University and be like, let me learn this shit so that I could just bullshit with other people online. No, I don't do that. I only teach what I know works, and clearly it's proof that it works. Or I wouldn't teach it. I'd pack my shit up and take my ass right off TikTok and YouTube, and I just go help myself. But there's a reason why I don't, okay? I could have kept all this to myself, but I didn't want to because I wanted to help you, because I believe that everyone should have the love of their life back. I don't think you should have to find somebody else and settle for life and continue to allow yourself to be disrespected by your partners over and over and fucking over again. Like, how awful of a life is that? To sit there and be a victim because no one tells you otherwise, that you're creating this shit, and then all your relationships end the same, with you feeling unwanted, not good enough, and being taken advantage of. Why do you want that for yourself? When now you know what you know that you can change this shit, and you can change it now. Stop justifying their behavior. Stop justifying the things that they're fucking telling you, the things that they're not doing. Stop doing that. The minute you tell a different story, the minute you persist in a different story, it must conform. It doesn't have a choice. You guys are looking from a logical. I do nothing but bring logic into manifestation. It has to make sense to your logical mind, or for you it won't work because it has to make sense. So I always justify with logic. So you know what? Get a fucking grip. Right now. I swear to fucking God, get a grip. Stop wondering what you're doing wrong. You're not doing shit wrong other than sabotaging yourself. Because for some reason, you're over here victimizing yourself and spiraling in your thoughts about the person that you love. That doesn't make any sense. You know who the fuck I spiral in thoughts about? Somebody I don't fucking like. Yeah. Fuck that bitch. I hope she you know what I'm saying? That's the only time you go down that memory lane, for people you don't like, not people you fucking love. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You need to get it together and stay consistent. Stay consistent in your thoughts and persist no matter what you see, no matter what they say. Persist in a new story, and only fucking persist in a new story. Do you understand that? Because if you would persist in a new story, if you would persist in your perfect boyfriend, guess what you're gonna get? That. Just like you're getting now, everything you don't fucking want. You know why you're getting everything you don't want? Because that's the story you're persisting in. That's the version that you're persisting in. And that's the version you don't like, which is why they're hurting your feelings, which is why they're not doing the things that you want them to do. You need to get a grip, and you either want them or you don't. And if you do, then do what I said, and they will conform, and they will conform very fucking fast. But you need to start acting like an adult. Because a lot of the shit you guys are doing is not an adult behavior. That's a fucking child behavior. Well, they said this. You want to know who fucking whines like that? Children on a fucking playground. That's who whine like that, not grown-ass adults. Grown-ass adults say, who gives a fuck what they said? And that's how you need to look at it. Ask yourself right now, if you have a child, if your child came to you right now and said, Mommy, this person hurt my feelings. Here's what they said. What would you tell them? to ignore them. Isn't that what you would say? So take your own advice and ignore what the fuck they're talking about. That's all you have to do. Control yourself. This is called self-fucking control. That's what this is. Self-goddamn control. My God, that's a concept. You mean I should control myself? You mean I should act like an adult? What a concept. What a fucking concept. You think that I should not react to things that people are doing? God. Wow, I never thought about that. Do you know how ridiculous you sound? So fucking stupid. But this is life in general. Your entire life is off of patterns. It's off of patterns. I promise you don't just react to your SP. You react to every fucking thing in general. You're walking around like one big reactor. Just react to fucking everything. I'm just gonna react to everything. Well, how's that working out for you? How the fuck is that working out? The only thing you should be reacting to is good shit. Thanks, Chills, girl. That's the only thing you should be reacting to is the good shit. I told you everything is a positive meaning. Everything is a positive meaning. Everything is a positive meaning. I don't give a shit what it is. Everything is positive. This chicken salad, of course, that's because he loves me. I don't give a fuck. Be delusional about that. That's the only thing you should be delusional about, is assigning positive meaning to everything. And this is something that you guys have to practice. Yeah, I'm going to contact you because I'm going to do things a little bit differently, Frida, okay? I want to contact you because I want to talk to you about, I want to hear your language. I want to know some things so I can curate it for you, okay? I was wondering what that was. Okay. Well, Liv, that's fucking rude, bitch. Don't make that mistake again. Do you understand me? Just kidding. You're forgiven this time. But this is my reality. And you'll do what the fuck I say you're gonna do. Do you understand? So since this is my reality and now you're all in my reality, you'll do what the fuck I say you're gonna do. And that means you're gonna wear your goddamn fucking crown. Wow, look, that came up at the perfect time. That means you're gonna wear your goddamn crown. You're gonna stop settling for mediocrity around here and you're gonna get whatever the fuck you want and you're gonna get it when you want it. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna stop whining. You're gonna get really, really good. All right, sister. Do I have a card on my arm? Look at daughters. Hold on a sec. Look at daughters. They have minimum day today. They have minimum day all the time. I don't get it. But all they do is go spend money. They go to the center, like a shopping center near their school after school with their friends, and then yeehaw, howdy partner. And then they go and just fucking buy ice cream and all that shit. So she's like, she has $25 cash, by the way, because she forgets that she has, like me, a translucent background to her fucking phone. She gets $25 in there. And what does she do? Says, do I have your card on my Apple Pay? I do. Okay, let's see here. I called my SP crying that I missed him, and now he wants to talk after work. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you said this, Angie. Okay. You, right now, you need to expect perfect boyfriend shows up after work. Okay? Right now. Do not waver in your fucking thoughts, because I promise you this conversation will go wherever you decide it's going to go. But stop fucking doing that first and foremost, okay? Pedestal. Crown. Okay? That's where you have to control it, but we can't undo what you already did, okay? And that's fine. So what we can do is control it, okay? You must not waver from this from now until he gets off of work and, forever. But you cannot waver from this. You must know how this conversation will go. You're in control. He can only think the thoughts that you assume he's thinking. So right now, what do you want to assume he's thinking about? Don't question anything. Because if you do nothing but waver in your thoughts from now until after work, and you do nothing but question, what's he gonna say? How's he gonna take this? Is he gonna break up with me? Is he gonna, all this? You can't do that, because that's exactly what will happen. Or you can say, of course he wants to get together. Of course he wants to talk after work, because he is in love with me and he is begging me to take him back. In fact, he's going to beg for me to take him back after work. Like literally, he wants nothing more than to be with me. Control that narrative, and he will show up that way if you're persisting and perfect boyfriend. Okay? So persistent, perfect boyfriend. And then let me know how the fuck this went. Okay? Because it will only go how you will control how this conversation goes. So please don't waver. And for the love of fucking God, don't ever do that again. Don't come out of desperation. Okay? Don't do that. Because you're chasing him. You need him to chase you. Okay? And pursue you. So the fact that he's willing to talk, control, I'm not even going to say another experience someone else had. Because I want you to be in control. Okay? Because she told me about it after. So, you control your thoughts. You better only select perfect boyfriend and control your fucking thoughts, because he will reflect whatever you're thinking about. So, do you understand? Do you understand? Jesus. So, yes, assume good meaning to everything. Well, Jimmy, first and foremost, let's change that language. Let's change that language now. Okay. Your self-concept sucks because you're letting the world determine your self-concept. Okay. So instead, you need to put yourself on that pedestal, and you need to see yourself as the baddest motherfucker in town. Like, dude, I'm bad as fuck. Like, whoever I want wants me even more. Like, you need to have that attitude that, like, I'm top priority. I'm the prize in everybody's life. I make everyone's life better just by being in it. Like, my friends, my family, they're lucky that I even want to be around them. They're lucky to even have me in their life, because I'm that bitch. That's what you need to see yourself as. And tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. Other people will start to see you as that way too. Taz, you're the reason why I have to go get a massage every week. I just went on this whole fucking lecture. I just literally went on this whole lecture about who gives a fuck what they said. Who cares? Stop doing that. Good, I hope he did ghost you. I hope he did ghost you, and I hope he ghosted you right now. And the reason why is because you keep listening to what the fuck he says. And it's causing you to hurt. It's fucking up your manifestation. So the best thing he could do for you right now is to ghost you. So that you can get a grip. So that you can recollect yourself. So that you can get a grip. Because you're creating all of this. You're chasing. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You obviously didn't ignore it, bitch. Let's be honest. This is a truth-telling time. You need to stop. The 3D is dragging because you're repeatedly listening to what the fuck they're saying. Like, oh, thanks, Jose Cito. I love you, boo. You're repeatedly listening to this shit. And while they're ghosting me, I ignored it. No, the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't. And you know you didn't. Because you're not going to convince me that you ignored somebody ghosting you when you can't stop ignoring what the fuck they said to you. I love you, Jose Cito. You're the best. And you too, Liv. Okay? So there's no way you're doing that. So let's be honest with ourselves for just one little hot second. Okay? You're not persisting. You're not persisting. And this is where you guys get persisting fucked up. Well, Jose Cito, I mean, you've always been my favorite. I feel so loved today. This is where you get persisting fucked up. You guys think, persist in my affirmations. Let me just persist in affirming, persist, persist, persist. That's not what I'm talking about when I say persist. You must only persist in new version of SP. That's it. Persist in new version of SP. That's all you should be persisting in, and you will see the fucking turnaround. Do you not get this? Do you not get this? And that's how I know, Taz, you're not persisting, like you say. Because if you were persisting in perfect boyfriend, what the fuck perfect boyfriend tells you that he doesn't want anything to do with you and ghost your ass? Not my perfect boyfriend. I don't fucking think so. So, you're not persisting. Be honest with your fucking self. Be honest with yourself. You're looking for your SP to confirm. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing what you're doing. I'm dead ass serious. Because obviously it's not making you, first of all, let's address the obvious. It ain't making you fucking feel better, is it? No. But it's hurting. So you must persist in perfect boyfriend. Because the perfect boyfriend would not ever talk to you that way. Would never ghost you. Ever. Ever. They'd make you their top priority. They'd find time for you. So persist in that. I gotta jump on a coaching call, my friends. If I want to manifest that tomorrow goes a specific way, what I affirm this is going to happen, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't need to affirm that present tense, Gabby, that it has already happened, right? That something, whatever, because there's no future, okay? There's no future. So even though you have something to go to tomorrow, what happens when you wake up tomorrow? It's today. Right? So there's never any future. So if you word any affirmation, future tense, it never happens because that's implying in the future and there's no future, right? So instead, everything is written present tense or as if it's already happened. Okay? Because you could say something so simple as like, yeah, I literally, I have 20 grand in the bank. It literally just came to me yesterday. Like you could say past tense stuff too, as if it's already happened. James, that's a very positive sign. So now I'm going to need you to level up because I fucking love you. Okay? And we're going to evolve beyond just snap stories now. Okay? Because I don't think for the next year you want to keep looking at the fact that she's snapping and liking your snaps. We're going to move beyond that now. Okay? Move to the next step. Affirm for this one, but move to the next fucking step. Okay? Move to the next step. Start seeing that. Just like I'm absolutely positive. If I was to ask you, do you know that she would respond to a snap of yours today? You'd probably be like, yeah, she would. Okay, you know that. That same knowing needs to go into, do you know if she'd call you and text you all day, every fucking day? And leverage your son. Leverage your son. Okay? That's what you're going to do. Leverage your son. Your son cannot stop talking about you like he lives you. Like, well, obviously he loves you. He cannot stop talking about you to your wife. Like, he's constantly asking where daddy is and when daddy's coming home. He's constantly asking when daddy's coming home. Do that. Okay? All right, my loves. I could sit on here all fucking day long with you guys. I am going to be going live this weekend. I'm going to be going live this weekend. I have a coaching call right now, but I'm guessing it's with somebody on my live. So, hi, Enrique. Are you really the Enrique Iglesias? I was just kidding. Jose Suto, yes, of course. I went through all my WhatsApps and I was like, you always take the priority in my DMs, my friend. Okay? So, I will definitely respond to your DMs. You're always a breath of fresh air. Yes, Angie, I go live every single day at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So you can always join me. They're at least for 3 fucking hours. But if you ever miss a live, don't worry. I always upload the replays on my YouTube channel. So I forgot to say that all day today. So go ahead. Links are all in the bio. One-on-one coaching, text coaching, WhatsApp community, and my YouTube channel. They're all in the bio. Go ahead and grab. While you're there, head on over to my YouTube channel, click that subscribe button. Also, my lives are long as fuck, so go ahead and watch the replays. You can mute the volume for all I give a shit. Just help me get my watch hours up, okay? All right, because I want to expand my reach out there because I'm real tired of so much false information going around on the tube of you, where I would really like No, you have to you should listen to White People Taco Night on fucking YouTube. That's the best song ever. That shit has me dying. But anyway, guys, bye, Sarah Elizabeth. I love you. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. And of course, if you have anything, if you need anything at all, send me a DM. My DMs are open to you, okay? But you have one chance to tell me your old story. I'm not going down memory fucking lane with you back and forth. I'll move on, okay? And I'll leave you on red because I know that triggers your ass. Bye, guys. I love you all. See ya. Bye.